What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another live stream. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. Who do we got in the chat with the post notifications on? We got Fish in the chat. What's good, my guy? We got JD Kopi. We also have Creighton TV. You're 7 minutes late. Nah, we right on time, man. We right on time. Midnight time. We here, baby. We here. But what's good, Creighton? Thank you for joining the stream, bro. We have General Davis in the chat as well. Ballin', what's good, my brother? We also got Ryan as well from St. Louis. Welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. Cyan Guy is also in the chat. We also have Fish's animation. We have JM. I see you, brother. Big W's. W's for streaming, of course, all day, every day. You know who got the big W's right here? The Phillies, baby. The Phillies. I don't know if any of you guys here watch baseball. I've kind of gotten into it a little bit recently in the past couple years because the Phillies are here and they've been a good team since I've been in this city, like the past 7 years or whatever. And they won. They're off to the World Series. So yeah, pretty exciting. So that's what I was watching before this stream. It ended just in time and now we're live. That's how it goes, man. But whew, what a game, man. What a game. What a game. I can't wait for the World Series. I hope we win it, and you'll see me going crazy in the streets if we do win it. It's gonna be nuts. So we'll see. Good stuff though. We got Heist Master in the chat as well. What's good? I do just not they fan. Oh, okay, Creighton. I see you probably like the one of the the San Francisco Giants or something, or the Dodgers. Nobody likes the Dodgers, bro, but it's all good. I pass no judgment. Nice new spooky Hex Gaming PS5 controller. Yeah, so Creighton with the inside scoop on some stuff that's been going on. I got a little toy here. I haven't set it up yet or anything, but Hex Gaming, shout out to you guys for hooking me up with this sweet controller. Looks so freaking clean and so freaking dope. Like, oh my goodness. Halloween theme, man. Halloween theme. I actually made a TikTok about it, so if you guys want to follow the TikTok, you guys can do that if you want. Let me see if I can show you guys a close-up maybe of this controller. If I just, like I said, I got a new phone recently, so I might not have all my stuff transferred over for, oh, what's the app? Epoch Cam? Epoch Cam, that's what I'm using. I spelled it wrong here. Epoch Cam. Let's see if it's, I do have it installed, so maybe. Let's see if this will work, because yeah, everything's coming through. So I'm gonna show you guys a little close-up view of the controller. And then I'm gonna give you guys a rundown for what we're gonna do this stream, because it's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty lit. All right, let's see if it's working. Okay. Oh, I gotta take off the orientation mode. We gotta take that off, and that'll flip things around. But yeah, check it out, guys. Nice new controller from Hex Gaming. This is a pro gaming controller. It also has paddles on the back too. This looks like it has four extra button options. So I don't know what I would do with those. Honestly, these things don't make me that much better of a gamer. But yeah, there it is. It's pretty dope, pretty sick. We'll play around with it at some point. At least I'll get to it one of these days. But that's what we got. That's what we got. Pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about that in the chat, and also check out the TikTok I put up. It shouldn't be laggy, bro. I don't think it should be laggy, bro. I don't think it should be laggy. Fish says, I'ma go for now. My sister's boyfriend is here, and we're watching Ratatouille. Oh, that is such a good movie. Like Cameron, last night when I was gaming with him, he asked me, what are some good, animated shows that you like? And I couldn't think of any, but Ratatouille, that was one of my favorites for sure. So go enjoy that, Fish. And thank you for popping through to the stream. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, Sean. I see you in the chat. Thank you for coming through. It's 4, very helpful. It's hard to go back to after use 4. Well, I guess if you get used to it, it's fine. But okay, guys, this is how the stream is going to go today. So no gaming content really today. I'll have my console in case you guys want to see certain things. But other than that, if you click the link in the pinned comment, I have a whole form where you can put out questions. I may not share all of this live because some people put some personal information in here, which is okay, but I won't. I'll be cognizant of that and not share your phone number or your email address. So I will read the questions out to you guys. Other than that, I will be putting your questions from the chat up on screen, as I have a little plug-in for that, so you guys can feel free to put your questions there. And it is no problem at all. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Turn that music down just a smidge, like that. Okay, there we go. So chat bot working on stream too. Let me make sure that's coming through. Okay. All right, we're chilling. We're chilling. So we can pick some questions from the chat first, or we can pick it from this forum. I see you guys are putting some questions in, which is cool. Feel free to put your name in your response too. It's a little bit easier if you kind of put it with your like where you put it in the field where it's a question. A little bit easier for me to get to it. I'm just setting up the chat thingy so you guys can see your messages up on screen, which will be super sick, super dope. And then the other thing we're going to do this stream is I have a capture card that has been sitting in my drawer for some time. And it's time for it to go into one of your guys' hands. Now, if you guys follow my giveaway instructions from one of the videos, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to do a drawing for that later in this stream. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a doozy. And even if you're not in this stream, it's fine. I will still hook up with you, and I'll make sure that you get your prize. Alrighty, let's start out with some questions in the forum, because we got a lot of them here. I'm gonna go down to the bottom to get some of the newer questions, and then we'll kind of work up from there a little bit. I subbed to you 20 times on a different channel. Well, thank you. That's not a question. Please put questions in here, guys. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let's see here. All right, this is a legitimate question. It says, I have watched your video on setting up Astro A50 headset and base station with my Elgato capture card so I can record party chat as well as my gameplay. And this thing keeps freaking out. However, when I play back my recording, it only captures my friends, teammates chatting, does not pick up my voice at all. What am I doing wrong? How can I fix this? Yeah, so the Astros, those are a little bit of a beast to work with. The video that I put out on it literally covers everything and all the issues that you should encounter. I did cover 2 different methods in that video, and this is over a year ago. So forgive me if I'm a little foggy on this one. I don't even own the Astros anymore. But there is an option to select your chat audio to be recorded on the PlayStation 5 when you have your Astros connected. It was the second method I put in there. So if you try out both methods, either of those should still be able to push your audio through into OBS without a problem. It's a little tricky, but that's why I preface in that video, watch it a couple times. Don't watch it once, because if you miss like one little setting, it could go awry. So let's break it down a little bit. Why don't we take a look at this video? We can watch it while we're live here, so that I can kind of explain a little extra things to you that maybe it could have been small that you missed. Maybe it's something I could have explained a little bit better. So if you search up Elgato Astros PS5, my video is like the first one that you'll see in here. I'll share my desktop with y'all. Yeah, so it's gonna be one of the first videos that you see. So this was the video here. Audio through your headphones, but don't worry, I'm gonna set you straight right now. So what you want to do is
you guys should be able to hear that audio.
5. All right, so I've been looking at this a lot. All right.
If you don't, you're gonna have a black
let me see if I can full screen this.
Anything.
If you guys
but
can
if you've
see
already
this.
done that, you're gonna want to follow those pretty.
So like this is the first part right here. You got to follow these steps perfectly, right? And so I put out, if I go a little bit forward, I kind of point out step by step how it should look. So this is just the diagram. I literally got this diagram out of the box when I bought the Astro HDMI splitter here. So the way you want to put this together is, if you look at these components, you're gonna have one HDMI cable go to that splitter. That's gonna be your input. Then you have 3 other components here. D is gonna go to the capture card. Then you should have this optical port here as well, and that's gonna go to your base station. And then you also have what the heck? This looks like a USB. I don't remember exactly what this cable was, but it looks like a USB, obviously. But yeah, so this end, holy smokes! Oh yeah, this end will go into your PlayStation, and that will be the hardware side of it. Okay. Now, if we scroll over just a little bit in this video, you're gonna see an option for HDMI device type, and this is important because you need to preferably set it to TV. You can do AV amplifier, that's fine.
Down a B, not the Astro A50, but you want to.
You can do that, by the way.
Selected.
And by the way, if you select HDMI device, it's gonna work. Everything is gonna pass through to your OBS or to your computer. You're gonna have all the audio together essentially. Nothing should be separated over HDMI. You wouldn't have chat audio only going or only game sound. It's all together. It's all one source. Unless you're using your PS5 controller by itself, then the audio is split and it's gonna go through the controller. That's the only time where the audio gets split. But you wouldn't even hear it properly if it's being split. So even your gaming experience wouldn't be correct. So yeah, if you have this setting selected with everything else that I showed you how to set up for the Astro, your audio should be recorded properly. When it comes to the chat, you can of course join the chat. That's not a problem. And I tested this out, guys, so it did work. It did work. Trust me. If you go through.
And this is where you can double check
right
your
here.
Output device. Make sure that it's still on HDMI.
Make sure it's on HDMI TV still.
And then you can scroll down to voice chat balance. And this is where you can balance out how loud your party is versus the game audio.
So this part is pretty important as well. If you're not hearing your chat audio, maybe your game audio is like way too loud. Just balance it out. Use this feature so that you can hear it. If you're hearing it correctly, it'll be recorded correctly. That's pretty much the name of the game. If you can hear it, you should be able to record it. Now, if you move on, you can also do the output device as the Astros. But if you do this, this is where you're going to need to have your output to headphones.
The headphones is
set it to chat audio, and then
all your audio
it should work.
Still be recorded.
Now, unless there were some crazy updates that happen with the PlayStation interface, since I did this video, this should still work. And it has been working. I haven't gotten any comments saying it doesn't work. Just the occasional comment of people saying that that some of the audio is not going through, which could be an issue with the base station. I remember Creighton, you told me something with those mix amps and base stations. Sometimes they like scramble the audio or something. So if there's an issue, it's most likely with the base station. Bro, you gotta chill, man. You gotta chill, JJ. There's no reason to spam. There's no reason for that, bro. Chill. But yeah, that is how it should work. I know it's not the most straightforward setup, so I continue to recommend keep watching this video back because all of your audio is going to come through. Like I even did a live test here. I got it to work with those exact settings.
Headphones on, like everything is wireless at this point. You can see that the audio is working just like so. And below that, I have my commentary microphone because you're going to need two microphones if you really want to run this setup correctly. So
exactly. So basically what I'm saying there is that you can't use your Astro headset. Like I have an example headset here because I'm a visual learner and maybe y'all are visual too. Here it is. So let's say this is just an example. Let's say you have this as your Astro headset. This microphone's not going to work to go through to OBS to be your commentary microphone. The reason why that doesn't work is because the PlayStation 5 is its own interface. It's its own system. And if that's the case, you can't have one microphone work with multiple interfaces. There might be a way, but it's no simple way to do that, especially wirelessly. It's just not going to happen. It's only going to be associated with one system at a time. So if you're in that sort of scenario, you're going to need to have another microphone. See what I have right here? I have another microphone. So let's say if I was gaming, this is what my friends are going to be able to hear me with. And then this microphone right here, that's what people are going to hear me on stream with. That's what you guys are hearing. You guys aren't hearing anything out of this microphone. You wouldn't. Only my friends that I'm gaming with on the system would be able to hear me. So that's essentially how that works. And if you understand that part, everything else should kind of fit into place and you should be able to get all your stream audio kind of together for the most part, I'd say. So you should be Gucci in that case. There might be a troubleshooting thing I'm gonna do in this stream today, because I've been having some issues with my Stream Deck. But maybe we'll play around with that later potentially. So we'll see. We'll see how the night goes. But I hope that is able to answer your question, bro. I know that was long-winded, but that's why this is a live setup help forum. We're gonna try to help as many people as possible today and just have fun with it. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream and you want to get your question featured, make sure you hit it with a big thumbs up. It helps the channel out a ton. You have no idea how far that goes to help better the channel, and I really appreciate it. And it's free. It's completely free to smash the thumbs up button, man. Thank you. All right, let's take a question from the chat. I like this idea. Donna, what do we have here? We're gonna put your question up on stream here. He said, will this work for consoles? Streaming laptop off Amazon. Newest Acer Nitro 5 15.6 Full HD gaming laptop. Intel quad core i5 9300. Yep. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650, 32 gigabytes RAM, 256 SSD, 1 terabyte SSD. Yes. Yeah, you will be fine with that setup for streaming. I wouldn't probably, like, gaming and streaming at the same time will be a bit intensive on that machine, but for streaming, you're perfect, Donna. That's going to be great. And with your settings, you can always select to choose the hardware encoder, which is your graphics card. You should even see it come up as an NVIDIA, and you can choose that to run your streams off of. That's exactly what I'm doing right now with my laptop. So that way, whenever I am streaming, I put all the load on my dedicated graphics card. I'm not putting it on my CPU. A lot of you guys have like integrated CPUs, and that's what kind of stutters and doesn't do as well. Like if I was doing that, my CPU would be through the roof. I wouldn't even be able to do this stream in the quality that you're seeing it right now. So the graphics card goes a long way. So I'm happy that you got a 1650. That'll be decent. Not the greatest graphics card in the world, but it's decent. It's definitely decent. And you shouldn't have any issues with that. I'm actually going to search this up. I think I might have put this laptop on my Amazon page. I just might have. I think, yeah, I did. Yep, it's this one. So for those of you guys that want to see what this looks like, this is what it looks like. This baby right here. Lots of a few different variations of it. But this is it's a gaming laptop, so it's gonna be a beast. And when you're streaming, you essentially want a gaming laptop. Like any of these right here, you guys will have no problem streaming with. No problem at all. These are solid machines. Pretty much, if you think streaming, think gaming too when it comes to being able to create content and stuff. Stuff you want to stay away from are Chromebooks. And it drives me nuts because I see these commercials on TV saying, oh yeah, get a Chromebook, nice and fast, and it's great, it's portable, it's light, but it doesn't work with anything. Like outside of like Office apps or whatever. It doesn't have any compatibility. Like, no. I don't want a Chromebook, and do not get a Chromebook, guys. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten across my channel about people asking, hey, does this work with Chromebook? Does OBS work with Chromebook? Does Elgato work with Chromebook? And I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. And Celeron processors are also very weak and very bad. So just stay away from this kind of stuff, guys. It's more worth it to use your phone or to use anything else. Use the built-in streaming features that like Xbox and PS5 gave you instead of getting like a cheap laptop. Even this, I wouldn't buy this, man. Not an i3. i3 for this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. Just yeah, stay away from this kind of stuff, guys. It's not worth it. Even that, man, this is way too much for this. Like, I get it. It has what does it say? It had an i5. That's it doesn't have anything else. You might as well just get a gaming computer. It's so much better. But hey, teach their own. But I'm just saying, for streaming, you don't want to have this stuff, man. You don't want to have this. So, yeah. Well, thank you for your question, Donna. Let's get another question from the chat here, and then we'll pull some from the forum too. Can you stream Fall Guys again one of these weekends to make up for yesterday? At some point, yeah. Thank you, Sean, for subscribing to the channel. I think regarding stream schedule, next week I'm gonna do Call of Duty because that's gonna be coming out, and then I want to do like some Fortnite at some point again, maybe the following week, or we can do some Fall Guys. But yeah, hackers are annoying, and I'd like to continue to get groups together for Fall Guys because like the more the merrier. When we have a big group, it's a lot of fun. So we'll try to make that work. But that's my plan right now, man. At some point in a couple weeks, probably. I'll let you know. All right, JJ Coop. I think you're the one spamming, but you gotta chill, bro. Hi, what do I do if I can't install my game on PS4? Well, there you might have a couple problems for not being able to install a game on PS4. You could have no space. If you don't have any space, you can't install games on your PS4. I don't know if you've gotten like an error message as well. That'll also tell you what your problem is. It could be a variety of things. Could be like network connectivity, like maybe it's not able to install the game fully. That could be an issue as well. You know, it could be a variety of things. Let me know if you're getting like an error code or something, or what it's saying when you can't get the game installed. Also check your space, make sure you have enough space, and I can kind of help you a little bit more from there. But it could be a variety of reasons why you can't install a game on a PS4. There could be some compatibility issues too. Like make sure you're trying to download the right versions of the game, because I've seen like PS4 and PS5 versions out there. I don't know if PS4 is able to download PS5 versions of the game. I would assume no. But like in my case, if I download a PS4 game on my PS5, depending on the compatibility, it doesn't always launch or it doesn't always load, and things just don't work right. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, let me know if you have like error code. Does Streamlabs OBS have native M1 support? Not yet. So OBS 28 was just released just a bit ago, and Streamlabs is built on top of OBS. So all the updates that Streamlabs get, OBS obviously gets them first because they have the base application. They run the primary app that everybody uses. But I don't know the timeline. I could probably ask, but I'm sure at some point we'll get the native Streamlabs OBS version. I'm sure it's coming soon. We just gotta be patient for it, and it'll run really well. I can't wait to test that. That'll be a lot of fun. Well, I need to get another M1 Mac or M2 Mac. I am planning to get like an M1 or M2, not M1. I think I'm gonna go like M2 Pro. That's the next one I was planning on getting if I do upgrade, because the computer I have now, 2017, but it's been running like a beast. It really has. It's been so good. So I think M2 Pro would be the next move, honestly. But good question, yes sir. Thank you for asking. Do you play PUBG Mobile? No, I don't play PUBG Mobile, and I don't really play mobile games in general, actually. I know I've done like a lot of mobile gaming tutorials, but I don't necessarily play the games just because I always rather play my console game. It never lives up to the experience I have on a gaming console with my big monitor or bigger TV. I always like having a bit more screen real estate to look at. The phone is fine, even on this iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's nice. I just wouldn't want to game more than like 30 minutes to an hour, honestly. Probably the only mobile game I have played for an extended period of time would have been the Rocket League Sideswipe. That's probably the only one I played for like maybe an hour plus. But other than that, I really don't play mobile games too much. Yeah. So Creighton, yeah, he can definitely use the M1 or M2 chips with Streamlabs, but he won't be able. It won't be native support. We're waiting on that native support. I don't know when native support's coming, but yeah, you can use a M1 or M2 chip based Mac for sure. We want that smoothness though. It's gonna run so much better whenever it's actually fully supported. So it's gonna come. OBS 28, guys, was just released like a month or so ago, month or two. So patience is the key. All right, let's take a look at some more questions in the forum. I know you guys have been putting them in. There's a few more in here, so I appreciate you guys filling this out. Let's see. Let me see. 7 new question. What the heck does it say? View 7 more responses in Sheets. Okay. let's check this out in Sheets. I have actually never used Sheets. I have so many answers in here, I can't see everything. Oh my days, so what the heck? Okay, let me pull this out a little bit. There's so much information here. We had so many questions. Let's see, can I format this stuff to like wrap? See, wrap. Ah, okay, perfect. Okay, I'm not gonna share it because people's personal information's in here. But let's take a look at some questions in here. I'm gonna scroll down. This is actually a pretty nice way to look at this, and I can use this, look at this nicely. Okay, well, we have a question from Ali, and they ask, why do you use headphones with your mic? So, good question. I like to use headphones with my mic so I can hear all of my audio coming from my computer. And when I'm gaming, I can also hear my PS5 or Xbox audio if I plug that in ever. But yeah, it's an easy way for me to hear and monitor everything on my stream. I don't want to play it out loud because then that's going to come into the microphone. And if you have your audio out loud while your microphone's active, it's going to just echo, and it's not going to sound very good because you're already going to have like the audio from your system or your PlayStation recorded on your stream. And then if you have additional audio playing out loud at the same time from your computer, it's all gonna just start echoing like crazy, and it's gonna sound really bad. So I would always recommend wearing headphones while you're streaming or gaming so that you can hear and monitor everything centrally instead of having things play out loud and then your audio just sounds completely messed up. But yeah, good question, Ali. Hopefully that is able to help you with some things that you're working on. I see your question here, JM. How do I set my Elgato HD60X with my Series S on OBS? Like the best OBS settings, because sound is out of sync and not the best quality. Okay. So let's take a look at the sound first. That's an interesting one. Normally the sound should not be out of sync. Now, in the case that it is, you can always go to your audio mixer and then go to advanced audio properties within OBS, and you should I don't want to give out any information over here. Let's see if nobody has personal information over here. I can share this desktop. Okay, see, take a look at this. This is your advanced audio properties. Within here, you can set the sync offset time for your source, for your capture card. So you have to play around with this depending on if it's how delayed it is with your camera or with your voice, like how bad is the delay. But essentially here you're going to want to find your capture card. In this case, it may not be active. Thank you, Ali, for subscribing to the channel, and happy I was able to answer your question, bro. I don't have my capture card active right now, so it's not showing up in here because I didn't plug it in. But let's say, for example, the cam link was my capture card. Then in here, you would want to set your sync offset time for how much time you think the delay is so that it syncs up correctly. So you're going to have to play around with this, mess around with it, so that way it's recorded the way that you want. Oh, shoot. See, I'm messing with my stuff accidentally. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, hopefully that's able to answer the first part of your question there regarding the audio. Since it is coming in delayed, it shouldn't be, but in the case that it is, try that. The other part of your question here is the best OBS settings. So for best settings, are you talking like stream settings? Are you talking recording settings? I actually put out a whole chart for the best settings that you should use regarding like video picture for live streaming and recording gameplay. So I can show you that. I made a video. Well, it's actually behind a different video that I can show you here. Yo, Ink Killer, what's good, bro? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, bro. How you been? All right, I'll answer this question for you here real quick. JM. But in my video for OBS tips and tricks, 8 things streamers you should probably know. Check this over here. I actually made a chart, and I don't have the charts on this computer, but I figured I'd show you here. So essentially, if you're going for a 1080p stream, whether 30 FPS or 60 FPS, you're gonna want to try. Recording. You're gonna want to push your bitrate 7,000 or higher. You can always push your bitrate higher for recordings, because the streaming platforms can't always ingest as much, especially if you're using Twitch. It can't ingest as much. For YouTube, it doesn't matter. Put whatever you want, man. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's awesome like that. But this can be kind of rigorous on your system if you don't have a good system. But if you want really nice quality picture-wise, especially for recording, go for like 7,000 and up for 1080p. If you can handle it, do 30,000, 40,000, whatever your computer can handle. That's what I would go for, honestly. You'll be in pretty good shape there. Now for streaming, you can put these a little bit lower, and it'll be a little less resource intensive on your computer, especially while you're streaming and doing other things on your computer at the same time. So usually I recommend trying to go for a little bit less of a bitrate. It's not necessary, especially for streaming to a platform, to push that high a bitrate, because at a point, like, it's only going to look but so good. It has to correlate with whatever quality that you're pushing out. So these streaming platforms will only make it but so nice for you. But yeah, I just recommend doing like 4,500 to 8,000. For this stream, I'm doing 5,500, and it's pretty decent quality. Looks fine. You're not going to notice a great difference between 5,500 and if I set it to like 7,000 or 8,000. It's going to be very minuscule, especially posting it up to YouTube and streaming in a 1080p quality. If you have 2K, then you need to have it at a consistent level, which means you need to push it a little bit higher. But for the way I have my stream set up now, I can't even do 2K or 4K computer wise, and also I won't have ultra low latency, so I won't be able to react to what you guys are saying in the chat as quickly if I'm doing a 2K or 4K stream. I think at some point maybe a 2K stream would be nice. But I'd like to have the chat reaction not be as delayed. I don't want to wait like 10 seconds, 15 seconds to respond. So honestly, guys, 1080p is fine anywhere between these bit rates. And then make sure that your rate control is CBR, which should be constant bit rate. And then I also have a thing under here for your preset for being on the graphics card. It's, you just select your graphics card if you want whatever quality you want to do for your graphics card. It's pretty, you just select the option for your graphics card, which is a hardware encoder. And then for the if you have like a CPU and then you have to put everything on your CPU, you don't have a graphics card, then you can set your quality to medium to very fast. But most of the CPUs out there really can't handle a medium speed. That's pretty slow processing on the CPU. Like, it's going to take so much more out of your processor to try to get your quality nice if you're doing it at a medium, and most CPUs really can't handle that. So you're probably going to have it like fast or very fast, and it'll look pretty decent that way. So yeah, hopefully that is able to answer your question around quality. I don't know what other things you're thinking about quality. Let me know, and I hope that also helps your audio issue with the sync issue. So yeah, thank you for putting that information in, JM. Good questions. I love it. Please keep the questions coming. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's pull one from the chat. What questions we have from the chat here? What kind of issue do you have, Captain Mac? What do you got? I'm doing well, Ink Killer. We're chilling, brother. 2 streams back to back, less than 24 hours. Good time. It's a good time. Oh, you want to do 4K? I just saw that, JM. Yeah, you're gonna have to follow those charts that I just showed you if you want to have your quality right. You even have, I guess you must have a setup to be running 4K. It's definitely not the standard yet, but it's good to do 4K. I'd love to start trying to do more 2K and 4K content. I'm figuring out some other ways I can invest in improving the quality on the channel even further. If I can push out 4K videos, that'd be sick. Like, I guess I go 4K 30 instead of 1080p 60 or 2K 60. That might be the wave, since like my content isn't just gaming stuff. Like, it's a lot of me talking in front of the camera, showing things even on the computer. Like 4K 30, that might be pretty dope. 4K 30 over 2K 60. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that, see how big of a difference, what the difference would really be there. Like, do you want the frames, or do you want the sharpness? Maybe the sharpness. If I go for the sharpness, I'll show you guys the camera that I would want. You guys are gonna be like, oh my god. You guys are gonna be like shook at the price. Like shook to the bones. So I would do this camera here. Sony Alpha A7 III. Or I like the R's fine too, but something like this with the pop-out screen. Oh yeah, this would be perfect. This would be perfect. Perfecto. Ooh. It's just a lot of money. $3,498. That's a beast right there, man. I know, man. It's crazy. Dude, the camera I have right now is not that price. I'll show you guys the camera I have right now. We're gonna finesse it here on the mobile camera. Booming. That is the camera I'm using right now. It's the Canon M50. It's the Mark I version. It's also the one that has continued to plague me in crashes, which has been annoying. But it's been my trusty for like a good while here. So I've had some good times with it, some frustrating times because it keeps crashing. I don't know why. So I kind of want to upgrade the camera. Like, do I go Mark II of this camera or do I invest in something like this? I think it's a little too soon for me to do this because I need to make sure I have a better computer to handle all this, to handle everything that this is going to be pushing out. So I think I'm going to wait a little bit with this one. This one is insane. With that much money, I can buy 2 iPhone 14 Pro Max, 1 terabyte, and use that. Yo, okay, I gotta get on this one, Cam. Not Cam, but Creighton. As good as the iPhone cameras are, they're great. Dude, they don't perform optimal in low light. They're a little fuzzy. Like, you can tell the difference between using a camera like this, even like a camera I have here that's like $500-$600 total with the lens and everything. Actually, maybe no, a little more. It's like $500 just the camera and like an extra $200, $250, $300 for that lens. But with that kind of setup, you can notice the difference. The iPhone camera is just it's nice, but it's a little grainy, it's a little fuzzy. You don't see the details. And that's the problem with the iPhone camera. So it's nice as it is for content creators. It's completely free to use. I think it's a great option for getting started. I think, though, at the end of the day, the quality is lacking a little bit on this camera. And I know that's crazy to say. Nobody says that, right? Like I said, the camera's nice. It's good. But it doesn't, for video at least, it's lacking that sharpness. It's not as crisp as it should be. It's not as crisp as it should be. Crispy. Yo, thank you, Rezi. Appreciate it. Bro, just get a camera. Yeah, it's a serious price. But maybe at some point we'll invest in it. For web cameras, I'd recommend like Elgato Facecam. Even that's a little bit on the grainy side if you blow it up. It looks fine if you have it small. But if you blow that thing up, man, it just looks like a whole bunch of sands in the image most of the time. Unless you compress it and then, record with it, and then it looks a little bit better. But even still, it could be better. It could be better. Even like webcams are nice, guys, but they also lack the sharpness. This is a good webcam here. Like, if anyone asked me for like webcams, I would give them this one. This Logitech Brio, 4K, very, very solid. I'd go with this if you want a nice webcam. Pro says, hold on, let me throw that down. I'd like to throw out a recommendation for webcams that the Elgato Facecam has been the best I've used. I've gone through 5 or so different runs. It has a fantastic white balance for me. That's great. That's good. That's why I definitely recommend the Facecam as my second camera. And also the software you get with it is really good. You can adjust so many things with it. Even if your white balance is off, you can play around with it, adjust it, make sure it's to the likeness that you want it to be in. Do you do gameplay videos? Not on this channel really. Not just straight up gameplay. I used to a couple years ago, but I've switched stuff up. I'm kind of keeping a consistent type of content on the channel instead of a whole conglomerate of stuff. It is kind of still a conglomerate, but at least it's targeted to like tech and streaming, gaming, technology, that sort of thing. I'm keeping it focused there. But gameplay videos is pretty much going to be with the streams for the most part. I'm on Mac. Yep, I'm still using that setup. Isa Huncho, I'm still using that setup. For those of you guys that aren't aware, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm using macOS with Boot Camp still. Once I get a M2 Pro Mac, then I'll probably just stick with streaming on the Mac side, because it's been recently a little bit of a hassle to use Boot Camp. Like, there's just been some weird configuration problems. Plus, I always have to keep like restarting my computer every single time I want to use Boot Camp. Kind of annoying. But I'll probably change from that soon, because things are running really well on the Mac side, especially for Silicon. It's really good. It's really good. I think it's about that time almost. I think so. Blue Gatorade, Elgato. Gosh, big facts. We got the Gatorade bottle for a. Oh no, we replaced it with the Among Us. I remember Sign made a Gatorade bottle, but we switched that emoji out for the members. What's up with Big Greg? What's his question? His question: can your PS5 mic work while streaming live via PS5, or do I have to add an accessory for commentary through my mic? No, I mean, no, it should work. For the PlayStation 5, if you're streaming directly off the PS5, it'll work. Like, let's say you have, this doesn't work for PS5, but this headset at least. But let's say you have your headset connected to your PS5. It has a microphone. You can use that microphone to talk to people on your game and also for the stream if you're streaming directly off the PlayStation 5. If you're not, and you're trying to stream off of a computer, you're going to need another microphone connected to the computer so that you can have commentary. Other than that, it won't work. Ali ask, is Chatlink Pro cable any useful with H260X on Mac? I'm confused about its purpose. Okay, yeah, let's get into this a little bit. Let me show people what the Chatlink Pro cable is in case they're not familiar with it. Some of you guys might be familiar with the H260, with the H260X, the capture card, but the original Chatlink cable. And this is essentially an updated variation of that cable. And it's much more, it's just better built, I would say, with the braids around the wires. And then also you have this ground loop isolator here as well, which is super, super handy for cutting out the static electricity noise. So yes, the answer to your question, if you're using the H260X, it is useful, because if at any point you want to charge your controller, you're going to want to use this at the same time. You don't want to charge your controller using the regular Chatlink, because then all of that electricity is just going to keep flowing through. It's going to be a headache. It's not going to be fun. So if you have this, if you turn this and set it to on, then that static electricity will get cut out. Personally, I don't like really using these kind of setups, because I don't like dealing with a whole bunch of wires coming out of my controller. Like, you got the charger coming in, you got the Chatlink Pro coming out. Like, no. I used to run that setup during my beginning days of streaming and messing with this sort of tech, but I eventually just decided to move on from that and just go for a more wireless approach. So the only cable that's really coming out of me is this thing, and that's gonna connect to my microphone, so I can be able to hear my audio coming out of my computer and from the PlayStation at the same time, all from the computer, not separately or anything, but it's all coming out of my computer, and I like to hear it like that. But if you are running this setup on Mac, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but on Mac you can't change to analog with the HT60X. The S Plus you can, but the X, you don't have a software. You don't have the 4K utility tool, the Elgato software that is supposed to run on Mac. You can't open it up, at least on the M1 side. Even on the Intel side, the HT60X is not compatible with the Elgato software. So you are double screwed with this thing. You won't be able to use it essentially on Mac. Yeah. So Creighton, I am rocking the AverMedia, not because of the whole chat link issue, because I don't really even fool with the chat link at all. But yeah, it sucks. The AverMedia, you'll be able to use a chat link with your Mac, and it'll work perfectly fine, and you can pass through 120. So I guess that's kind of nutty right now that there's no true capture card outside of the AverMedia that can support 120 pass and use a chat link on the Mac. That's yikes. So that's why I highly recommend the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme. It's also in my Amazon shop. You can check it out there. See if they have it like in the top here. Nope, that's not it. So that's the HT60X. It's a nice capture card, but it has limited compatibility on Mac. And they probably say in here like, oh yeah, it works on Mac. Yeah, it's true. It's true because of the UVC support. This is an interesting. Oh, this is jive, man. This is fooling people. This guy got the S Plus, and they mixed the reviews with this new product, but they're two separate products. Yet they're merging them together like they're one to get the the more reviews on the product. But this is kind of deceiving because it's the S Plus is good on Mac. It was one of the best capture cards, I'd say, for a long time on Mac, for sure, ahead of its time. But now that's not the case. Not with the X. You literally don't have Elgato software to work with it. Like, unless you're just running the HDMI setup, this is going to be a nightmare for Mac users. Yeah, these are all like older reviews. But I digress. Anyways, like I said, it probably says it works on Mac in here, which is true, but it doesn't work well. And that's just the truth. So one thing that I've gotten is the AverMedia Capture Live Gamer Extreme 3. Here it is. This is cheaper, and you can pass up to 4K 30. Or actually, you can get up to 4K 30 or 4K 60. I'm sorry, 4K 60, 4K 30 capture, and then actually you can do 240 pass. In my video, I had it as 120, but it appears that there was an update so that it could work on 240. Thank you, Del Rio, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, there was an update, maybe to the firmware or maybe just to the listing itself, that reflected this. When I did the video, I didn't have this information. It wasn't accurate, but that's good that this works. That's good to hear, at least. I couldn't test that myself though, because I don't have a monitor that pushes 240, and I don't have any games or a computer that can push 240 frames. So I couldn't test this. But most of you guys probably just care about variable refresh rate and being able to pass at least 120, which you can do, which is awesome. So cool. I'm glad that that's working. And the most important thing I wanted to get to regarding your chat link question is that with this device, if you plug in anything into these line in ports right here, it's going to automatically switch. You can't really see it. I have this thing blocked. If you push anything into the line in here, it's going to switch automatically, which is awesome. You don't need any software to do this for you, which is awesome. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I know that was a kind of a long-winded one, but I wanted to make sure you understood as much as possible how this stuff worked, and that not all capture cards are equal, which is why I'm working on a huge capture card comparison video So definitely let me know if you guys have recommendations for capture cards you'd like me to review. I have a couple sitting around me. I'm not going to spoil which capture cards they are, but I have a couple boxes here. Well, you just kind of saw the logo of one. Whatever. But I have a couple capture cards that companies have sent me to test out, and I'm going to do a mega video. I'm not even being paid to do this video. I just told these companies, send me the capture cards. I want to do just a flat line, level playing field comparison of these capture cards for how good they are, specifically for console gaming and recording. And it's one I've just started kind of working on, but it's going to be a beast of a video. I'm going to take like the month to really get it together, so don't expect that video anytime soon. But it's going to be an awesome one. It's going to be an awesome one, man. So I'm excited for that one. A lot of cool content to come, guys. So definitely subscribe if you're not already subscribed, if you're interested in that. Let's see what other questions we have here. All right, Issa has a pretty good question. Let's see, where's your question in my list here? Oh, I didn't scroll all the way down. That's why it's okay. Boot camp, got that. Well, I saw your question. It was about audio separation. It says, do you separate your audio in OBS? No, I actually don't separate my audio in OBS. So that's actually a pretty good question. I know that OBS 28 actually has some audio separation features, which if you press into the sources, you can actually add an application audio capture source, and that can capture audio from different places. And you actually have your audio mixer can separate everything too if you want. But what I do is I use the Wavelink software. I'll pull that up on screen for you. This is what I use. So my little trusty old, but I have my microphone input here. This is for my capture card whenever I have that plugged in. This is the music that you guys hear. Right now it's at 40. Bring it on back down. So that's my music. This is the browser, so you guys can hear anything I put in from the browser up at top here. Some of this stuff just kind of doesn't work that well. Like voice chat, I had this associated with Discord, but it really wasn't working well. So I just said forget it. And for the Discord chat, I actually use the application audio source in OBS. That's probably the only place I use a little bit of audio separation. So this just, I just kind of, this is like whatever, this can go. You can get out of here, bro. System audio, I really don't use it. This is just so I can hear everything. So I have that muted for you guys, so you guys don't hear random system noises. But yeah, I hear everything there. And then the aux, what did I use? I think I used this a while ago when I was messing around with voice changers. So when I was messing with voice changers, I was actually able to use voice mod and assign the output to this to aux1, which I could rename if I wanted to, but I just kept it aux1. But yeah, that's what I used that for. Do I have to have the microphone in order to use software? Yes. So you're going to need to have either the Elgato Wave 3, which is what I have here. You can use the Elgato Wave 1, which is a lot cheaper. It's literally $50 right now. That is a steal. I'm not even kidding. That is an absolute robbery for this mic. It used to start at $100. So that's great. That's great. I would jump on this if you want a setup like this. But for $50, you literally get all the software features that I'm using. It comes with it. That's a really good price. And I barely use some of the other features of the Wave 3 here. Like I really only use the audio control dial, so I don't hear things too loud in my headphones. But you can literally do that with this thing anyways. So that's a steal. It's honestly a steal. And then this thing here, Elgato Wave XLR, you can use this to also get into the software. And the beauty with this thing is that you can use any microphone that is an XLR input with this bad boy. And it actually simplifies things so much for people who are using those high-end microphones. I haven't tested this personally myself, but you don't have to use those giant interfaces anymore to be able to pass through your XLR audio input, which is, it's a different sort of setup, guys, compared to USB. This is what the XLR input looks like over here. See? Right here? Right over there. Those little 3 holes with the giant circle. That's your XLR input for a microphone. And normally you'd have to use a giant interface, or I mean, not always, but a lot of you know, podcasters and stuff, they use interfaces to pull all of this audio in and then pull it into their computer. So let's check out what an audio interface would look like. And some of these can get pretty expensive. But yeah, here's an example of some audio interfaces you can use. They're pretty complex, guys. they're pretty they're not so straightforward. This is a popular one I know people use. Yeah, I've seen, I think iJustine uses this for some of her stuff too. I saw it in one of her setup videos. But this thing is a beast. You can do so much with this. Like sound effects, it's like everything you would have in software, but it's like in like a hardware software mix capacity. And it's really cool how you can set something like this up to do sound effects. You control all your audio, your mic inputs. It's more of a physical hardware interface mixer. This is like some serious stuff if you really want to get involved with these kind of things. See, mixing, and then you have it your streaming options, and then monitoring. Pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys want to really take your setup to the next level, this would be something I'd recommend getting. It's pretty beefy. Look at that. You can put 2 different XLR inputs in, and then those will all feed into your computer. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. But yeah, hopefully that helps you with the software mixer. I know I kind of went on a tangent there, a little ramble. I just kind of do that sometimes when talking about this stuff. Good headsets I recommend. I have a whole Amazon shop for that, brother. A whole Amazon store. So since you ask, I will show you the headsets that I recommend. Yeah, the Wave X. Yeah, I know that one came out. That was their new XLR mic. But you still got to use that XLR input or some sort of interface. You can't just plug it right into your computer. That'll be the day when we can get any USB mic to work with the software. I'm sure they'll do that eventually. Like, it's only a matter of time. Like, why not? You know, why the heck not? You don't need XLR for Wave 1. By the way, you don't need it. You don't need it. Don't worry about that. It's only if you're using a separate XLR microphone. Like if you have your own, like Shure SM7B, then you need to use the XLR input, and then you can use the software, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I can talk on mobile gamers too, bro. No worries. Let me get to Creighton's question about the headsets. So he asked, what are some good headsets you recommend? Well, I recommend any of these on my shop. I have a whole page here. It's in the link description below as well. But I have a little tile here for headsets. If you click into this, these are all the headsets that I would recommend you get. They're pretty nice quality. You probably recognize some popular ones in here. Like the Sony Enzones, those just came out. Those are pretty good. What else we got in here? The Astros are also in here as well. The Steel Series, the Arctis Pros are in here. Well, those are the Arctis 3s. But any Steel Series are honestly, very good quality. The ones that I have on my head right now are actually the Bose Quiet Comfort 2s. I'm using them wired. I love these headphones. I think they're very good. This is a mix of headphones and headsets, by the way. So if you're looking for like a headset with the mic and stuff, then just make sure it has a microphone, because I kind of just made it all one list here. Audio Technicas are also pretty good. solid headphones. And this is based all on research. I haven't been able to test all of these headphones, of course, but I've done quite a bit of just searching and seeing how good these headphones are, looking at reviews, not just video reviews and store reviews, all of that stuff. So not just like one single source for getting information, but yeah, I would go for any of these, man. Do you use those Bose for editing too? Sometimes. I've been using my AirPods a little bit more recently because those like automatically switch from my phone to the laptop when I'm just playing or when I'm just trying to edit stuff. So I kind of like running that setup too. But yeah, on the rare occasion, I'll sometimes just plug my headphones right into the laptop and just edit, because I think that it's really good to make sure you can hear what your videos sound like from the perspective of a headphones user. You don't want to just play it out loud all the time because you don't hear the balance levels. So most of the time I will be using these headphones, but other times, like if I'm out playing or sitting out on my balcony or something, then yeah, I'll use the AirPods, which you can still get a really good sound for how things should be in your editing. What's good, Official Ghost? Welcome to the stream, bro. How's you been? How's you been, bro? It's been less than 24 hours. I'm not playing any games today. This is all a tech setup help stream for the people here, for the people. Thank you guys for 35 likes on the stream as well. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, let's answer Mitchell Ferguson's question down here. I see you, dude. All right, so they asked, what are some recommendations for streaming of iPlay console? I'm trying to get, you might have put a typo in here. What are some recommendations for streaming of iPlay console and want to stream to Facebook and Twitch, but I was told I need a gaming PC. Any recommendations on specs or pre-builds? Yeah, so yeah, I think your question here is about recommendations for a computer you can stream off of. That's the big key here. So I actually have an Amazon page for this to make it a little bit easier for you guys, not to just plug my Amazon page, but it's just more of a guide. You guys don't have to get anything off of this Amazon page. But what I always recommend is that, yes, you do want to go the gaming PC route. I was telling the stream earlier, some systems that you just want to stay away from, such as like Intel i3s, Chromebooks, that sort of thing. You really don't want to touch that stuff at all. Like, stay away from it, like the plague, if you want to have a good running setup. On my store, I have all the PCs that I recommend. You can get to it if you're on this page. Again, the link. Just go to PCs I recommend, and then I put 50 computers in here that I would recommend getting. These are all solid builds, laptop or PC tower, that will allow you to run a nice quality stream. Like, you have my word on it. You have my word. The cheapest item I have here is this gateway. This is really pushing it. It's really pushing it. But it'll do a decent job. I would surmise you'd be able to get a 1080p stream, 30 FPS out of this thing, just based off of the quality of the CPU that you get. And then you have SSD, which is nice for like writing and stuff, or writing the disk or writing to SSD. So this is the cheapest I would go. This is a pretty decent build. But other than that, everything else here is like a solid, you get your dedicated graphics card, you have a good CPU, you're using SSD paired with a hard disk drive, like maybe like 1 terabyte or whatever. But I would check out anything in here, man. And I guess for some guidelines to stay with, I would go at least i5 AMD Ryzen 5 or better for the CPU, and then I honestly recommend getting some sort of dedicated graphics card, whether that's an NVIDIA or an AMD. Just look up to make sure that whatever computer you're getting doesn't just have integrated graphics. Some of these down here, again, this is pushing it as well. It'll work. You're gonna put all the load on your CPU, which you may not want to do in the long run. What's good, Pixels? Welcome to the stream, everybody from the Pixels stream. Thank you guys for popping through. You guys are the best. You guys are amazing, army. You guys are the man. Thank you, Pixels. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for popping through. We're just doing a tech stream here. We're not even gaming right now at the moment. I'm just trying to help people with their tech questions. But yeah, as I was saying, Mitchell, even something like this is kind of pushing it, because you can read here and just see that you have the Intel Core i5, which is cool. But then the card itself is integrated, and then you don't see anything else here about, you know, having a sort of dedicated graphics. And most of these sort of computers, they don't come with dedicated graphics. Intel Iris is not dedicated graphics. That is integrated onto the CPU chip, the i5 that is coming with your machine. So I wouldn't really, you know, necessarily go this route unless you're on a budget, you really tight budget, and you really want to have a computer. That's the only reason why I put these in here, because people really want cheap options. But I'm not going to put options there that are so cheap that they won't work. So yeah, definitely look down here. Make sure you look at the graphics descriptions of all of the products that you're looking at, and make sure it's dedicated. If you have some dedicated graphics, you're going to have a good time. If it's integrated, it may struggle, but something like this, like if it's an i5, like what is it, 10th gen, 11th gen, you'll be, yeah, it's 11th gen, you'll be okay. It'll work, but just keep in mind, don't run too much stuff at the same time while you're trying to use a machine like this, because it just won't work that well. if you do that, like if you're trying to play videos and stream and game, it's not going to work. So just try to just use your streaming software and maybe like one browser window open, and you'll be okay. With like a 720p 60, 1080p 30, probably you should be okay, honestly. But that's the cheapest I would go. Other than that, check out any of the other pre-builts that I've suggested here. They're solid, and you should be all right, honestly. Like anything. I mean, it's up to you what you want. You don't have to get so specific unless you're doing something very heavy duty with streaming. Most of the time, you'll want to get really specific if you're gaming, and you want certain quality characteristics of your game, or you're playing certain games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. Like that's when you need to start really taking a look at the specs. But if it's just streaming, you can go with any of these. And if you're trying to do a little bit of heavy duty or gaming, try to get something a little bit beefier, of course. Go for at least an i7. i9s I've heard has some issues, but like Ryzen 7, that's a good CPU, man. It's a good CPU. You're gonna be fine with something like that. This particular build comes with a dedicated AMD graphics card, of course. This is a monster. It's really, really good. You can run your games that are really high quality, and you can also stream. You would probably be able to stream a game at the same time. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that. Because if you put the streaming on your graphics card, you could probably put even a little bit of the games on your graphics card too at the same time, with the CPU balancing everything out. This is going to be so smooth and so good. So whenever I actually get my PC, I will be, you know, getting something like this. I'll probably do a custom build, most likely. We'll see. We'll see when that time comes. We got some time before that. I haven't made a final decision when I will get a PC, but when I'm ready, I will be getting something along these lines for sure. It'll be awesome. It'll be a fun time, my friend. It'll be a fun time. What's good, William? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you for popping through. Yeah, you definitely need good internet, Ghost. You definitely need good internet. If you don't have good internet, that's gonna really set you back. Fiber's the way to go. Fiber all day. What do I use at the moment? So I use a MacBook Pro 2017, has an i7 and AMD dedicated graphics card in this. I forget the exact model of the dedicated graphics card. I think it's 4400 or something. I don't know. But it has a dedicated graphics card from the ones back in 2017. It's ran really well for me for a while. I could probably even do light gaming on this too. But for streaming, it's been awesome. And I couldn't be happier. That's why I'm not in any rush to update right now. But when I do upgrade, I do want to get like for the Mac side, I want to get like an M2 Pro for all my editing and like graphical workflows. And then for gaming and streaming, I definitely go and get like a PC tower build, either a really good pre-built or something that I would build myself. I think building it myself would make for a better video though. Like ordering all the parts, getting them in, setting the whole thing up. And yeah, that would be something. That would be definitely something. But that's what I am doing right now. By the way, loved your collab with Cam. Big W. Yo, thank you, Pixels. That was fun to do last night. It was a good time. It really, really was. Like, we had a hacker at the end of the day while we were playing Fall Guys, which kind of sucked. But other than that, it was a good time. Hackers suck. Hackers suck. That's all I gotta say, man. But yeah, if you like to play Pixels, bro, we should get like a mega ultra squad going. Like next time I do a Fall Guys stream, hopefully we can get like even a bigger group together. So if you play that game, you know, link up with us, bro. We can make it happen. We can do something fun. Do you stream off Twitch? No, I don't stream off Twitch. Some of you guys might have seen I was live recently on Twitch, but I was just running some tests. Running some tests. So nothing to see from me on Twitch. That's just that's a ghost account. It's for me to watch Twitch, not for me to stream, really. Oh, I guess we could add Frosty, that's a good idea. I didn't think of adding a quick command for the store. I like that idea. So we'll have like a merch command and also a store command. Cool. I'll set that up. I'll set that up later. Because all it is a link. Also, one thing I did update in my setup was the dongle going into my Mac computer. Because some of you may know, like for a month, I was having issues with my internet just completely dropping out. And turns out it was the dongle. It was a faulty dongle. And now that I've updated that dongle, everything's fine. Of course. This is the problem with, I guess any hardware component, honestly. Because even if you have like a tower build, you can still have a faulty port go bad, and that's probably worse. Because then you got to replace that whole port instead of just a dongle. So I don't mind. Everything seems to be working fine. I'm not going to complain. Everything's peachy, guys. Everything's peachy. Del Rio deal. Let me see if I can get back to your question and throw it up on the screen, and then we'll go back to my spreadsheet here that you guys have been filling out. I want to make sure I get some questions in there too. So yeah, Del Rio asks, I'm on PS4 using HD60X with MacBook. I lose stream audio when I plug into controller with Elgato Chat Pro, but I'm trying to stream with audio and chat with Team. Thoughts? Okay, yeah, so this is something I just brought up actually on stream. And again, I gotta be the bearer of bad news. But with the HD60X on Mac, there's no software for you to actually switch to the analog audio. So you're literally SOL. I'm so sorry, man. On Mac. Absolutely SOL. Until Elgato decides to port the 4K utility tool or get us an updated version of the Elgato capture card software, which is so old, but they've just kind of left that on Mac. It's kind of that. It's nothing that can really be done. That's why one of the capture cards I highly recommend for people who want to play in 120 FPS on Mac is the Live Gamer Extreme 3 from AverMedia. I just reviewed that capture card, but it is an awesome card. I'm really impressed with it. It does a great job. You can pass through 120 up to 1440p or 1080p 240, and it'll automatically change the audio for you if you plug in a ChatLink cable. Whether that's a ChatLink Pro, doesn't matter. It will work. It will work, and it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Actually, I have the capture card under me here. Let me pull it out. It's okay. It's only like 3 cables coming out of this. I don't care to mess this setup up. I can put this stuff together and take it apart so fast. It doesn't matter. So check this out, man. I will use my second angle for this for you, so you can check out what we're doing here. So yeah, you can see that this capture card here, this is the Live Gamer Extreme 3. This is an absolute awesome capture card, but on the back there is a option for, let's see if we can, I don't know if this thing will want to focus. Come on, Epoch Cam. Let me see if I can point it that way. Well, there's a line in port. It's on the right side there. And when you plug in any chat link cable into that, it'll automatically switch, which is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I was just telling chat this earlier, but that's exactly how this thing works. And it's literally amazing. I don't know why the autofocus is funky on this. I don't know why the autofocus is funky. See if it takes a little bit of time. No, it just doesn't want to focus. That's weird. Come on, Epoch Cam. Gotta get that together. Gotta get that together. So yeah, if you want to use chat link, you're gonna have to switch up your whole capture card setup on Mac. If you want, you can just go with. If you don't want to buy a whole bunch of expensive new, stuff like new capture card, then you can just get a microphone, like a USB mic, and plug that into your console, and you can listen to people that way or talk to people that way, and then just listen over the computer. That's what you're gonna have to do if you want to run that sort of setup with the H60X. There's literally no other option. Not right now. There's no other options, sadly. Yeah, yeah, great. They do. They need to, man. It's rough. Like, come on. Like, update it. Like, Mac users are suffering over here. Problem is, Mac users, truth be told, it's a minority part of the streaming community. It's very small. Very small. Most people are running everything on Windows. That's why Windows gets all the updates, all the good features. That's just how it is. Mac hasn't really gone hard in that space in the streaming game, especially for gaming. Yeah, you can use it to stream with, but for gaming especially, it's not where Windows is, of course. Windows is the big boy. Windows is big dog number one. So it's unfortunate. Are you streaming on Twitch as well right now? No, I'm not streaming on Twitch. If I started streaming on Twitch, it gets to a point to where if you, at least, I think they changed their policies, didn't they? So you can stream on Twitch and YouTube now as a affiliate, right? It's affiliate. Yo, thank you for coming through, Pixels. Appreciate it. Jay asked you something too. If you have time, much love and respect to you, brother. See you soon. Yep, I will go back and find Jay's comment. Thank you, Pixels. I really, really appreciate it. Appreciate the raid as well. You're an amazing creator. Make sure y'all in the chat here subscribe to Pixels. The man streams literally all the time for hours of the day. If you need something to watch, he's probably live. So go hit him up, man. Go hit him up. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you. And we will go back to Jay's comment in here as well. But yeah, for Twitch, I don't know how much they've changed their policies if you can stream as an affiliate. I've tried to kept a close eye on that. I know the TikTok thing, yeah, but wasn't there something with like, okay, yeah, you can multi-stream if you're a Twitch person, Twitch streamer, but it can't be to YouTube or Facebook. It can be to Instagram or TikTok. Like, I thought that was the big thing. But I think Ninja, he just streams everywhere. So maybe for affiliate, you're okay, but for partner, it's a bit iffier. I have to look into that in more detail. Because that's a good question. That's a good question. Because, like, why not? Just multi-stream to Twitch. Who cares? Like, it doesn't hurt. It won't hurt. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Twitch is still the #1 streaming platform out there, so. All right, I'll check those Twitch policies. Let me find Jay's comment real quick. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Especially if you're getting started, you can see which platform gets some traction until you run into any sort of issues with a platform saying you can't stream somewhere. Glad YouTube isn't, unless you're exclusive, the signed contract sort of stuff. YouTube doesn't do that to you. Much nicer. Okay. Jay asks, how do you pin highlight comments like that? So the one that I have in the chat here, all I had to do was select the 3-dotted icon next to somebody's name. And in there's an option to be able to replace the pin message or pin a message. Let me see if I can actually show you what that looks like on my end. Okay, so this is Amazon. I think I can grab this. No. Which monitor is it? This one? I have it locked as a source. Pull that over just a smidge here. But see the 3-dotted icon? I can select that, and then I have all these features to me as a streamer. So instead of replace pin message, it would be able to pin the message. I can pin my messages or anybody's in the chat. It's a nice little control feature there. I like it. Okay. Let me answer one question from the forum, and then NFS Beast, you're going to be next, because people have been asking questions here, and I want to make sure I get to them. Let me fix this thing, because the format's a little funky. Format. Wrap. There we go. Okay. We have so many questions, man. I think we could be here all night answering these questions. All right, answered that one. I think I answered that one. This is an interesting one. I play on Xbox Series X and stream using Elgato HD60X. It's choppy sometimes and blurry. What is the best settings for streaming from OBS Studio from Mac Mini M1 16 gigabyte using Elgato HD60X video encoder? So have you updated? This is from Talisman. Have you updated to OBS 28, Talisman? Because if you've updated to OBS 28, that is actually native for M1 support. Things will run very smooth if you have OBS 28. That should be for really any M1 or M2 Rosetta, silicon-based Mac. Any silicon Mac, if you're on OBS 28, it should be running really, really smooth with general decent quality specs. I would say for the M1, maybe set your encoding depending on if you're. I'm gonna assume you're gonna do a 1080p stream. Just try out like 5,000 to 6,000. That's like my recommendations anyways. I showed a chart earlier in the video or early in the stream. So I would go with like about 5,000. Just test that out. If it's running really, really well, just keep pushing it up, maybe to 6,000, 7,000, but you really don't need to go much higher than that. If it's having some issues, you can pull it down a little bit, but you should be okay, even with the hardware encoder on M1. Because here's the thing with the M1 and M2 chips. Those do have graphics, but they're very, very good graphics, even as integrated graphics. They are integrated, but these graphics are absolutely beast mode, especially on M2s. Holy cow, M2 or M1 Pros and M1 Maxes, the graphics on those are insane. Like, I could not believe how smooth my gameplay was on the M2 Mac that I had recently, and that was before native support with OBS 28, and it ran so well. I was shocked. I didn't have to do much of anything to try to like get good quality. It was automatic. It was Mr. like there for you. Really, it was so good. So I would recommend to you, Talisman, just make sure you're on 28 and you should be okay. You should be okay. You should be good. Okay, I'm gonna take this question from the chat from NFS Beast. Looks like Creighton might answer your question there too, but I will give my 2 cents here too. We have NFS Beast asking, "Hi, I have a question. If you don't mind answering, I set up my PS4 with capture card, but when I connect my headphones to my controller, there's no sound recorded on OBS." Yeah, so you're not going to have anything recorded unless you have a chat link or a chat link Pro, which is what Creighton was saying too. So you got to have that connected, or else you won't have the audio. Because as soon as you do that, and this is a PS5 limitation, not an Elgato or any capture card limitation, it's just the fact with the way that PS5 audio is routed, you can only either route it through your headphones that are coming through the controller, or they can be routed by having those headphones out and going over HDMI. That's the only way this is going to work. If you're on a Windows machine, I don't think, did you say exactly what capture card you're using? But yeah, if you're on Mac or Windows, depending on your capture card, you should be able to go into the Elgato software and change it from there. If you're using like a generic capture card, you're going to be in trouble because you're going to have to run it over HDMI if it's a simple generic capture card. It just won't work the way that you're intending it to work. But if it's an Elgato capture card, you should be good. Yeah, you said it's... yeah, okay, you didn't specify if it's Elgato or not. So yeah, I don't know exactly which capture card you're using, but if it's an Elgato one, you can go into the Elgato software and switch it to analog. Other than that, you're gonna need to get a capture, not use the chat link. It won't work if you don't have a capture card with the input, because not all capture cards have an input like that. Let me see if some of these recent capture cards have the input. So there's just like for an example, for you guys, because I wasn't gonna just speak off the top of my head here, but this is a good example to show for if you're using generic or non-Elgato capture cards. I wouldn't even call like Elgato to be like, okay, they're the considered non-generic, or like everybody has their own capture card, right? Even this brand here from NZXT, they came out with a capture card. And it's a good capture card. It's solid. But look at this. You don't have anywhere to put a chat link. You are going to be out of luck. Big time out of luck. If you have this capture card and you're trying to record your PS5 or your PS4, like it's not going to happen. You can do it over HDMI. You'll still get your audio that way, but not out of the controller. That will not work. It just won't. And I wonder, do they market this for PS5? Let me see. These ones are also marketed for PS5. Like these ones here. That one, that honestly looks like a fancy toaster. Like a portable toaster. This one here, I know for sure you can't put an audio input here. This goes into like a PC tower build. That's an internal capture card, but it's marketed for PS5. So be careful with some of this stuff, guys. If you're planning on using, and I know this is hard to know right off the bat. It's hard to know immediately that you would meet something like this. But lucky for you, you're in this stream, so you don't make any time-wasting mistakes. So make sure whatever capture card you get, it has the audio analog input option. Because if it doesn't, you're gonna be out of luck. Like with some of these options here. Not with this one. This one has an audio input, and they don't even have PS5 in the title, which is funny. But this one, you can record PS5 audio and your gameplay, but you're not going to get that audio out of the controller. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's no way for you to do it. No way. Unless you have some janky sort of setup, which is just going to be a headache in and of itself. This capture card as well that we're looking at. There's no way to get that audio through. This is really for a dual PC setup. That's kind of what they're marketing for the most part. Dual PC setup with an external capture card. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, people do that. It's cool. No problem with that. But just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You want to copy my stream settings? I guess. Why not? Y'all want to see the stream settings? Y'all want to see them stream settings? Do you now? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Let me know if you want to see the stream settings. Foreign says he wants to see the stream settings. Oh my. Wait, I can't really move that. Okay. All right. I will show them. We will show those stream the stream settings I have here. Let me move back to the desktop. Get ready for some Inception, all right? Oh gosh, look at that Inception. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, we're going to hop into the settings here. What the heck, man? These monitors jack everything up. All right, stream. We're going on to YouTube. I'm using an advanced output mode for my settings for streaming. Using the hardware encoder. So these settings may not be one-to-one with what you need, but they work for what I'm doing. I have a dedicated graphics card, so I can use the hardware encoder here, which is this AMD Advanced Media Framework on the Windows side. Preset YouTube streaming. I'm using a constant bitrate. Pre-pass disabled. Target bitrate 5500. That's the quality that you're seeing this stream being pushed to YouTube in. Keyframe interval is 2. View mode basic. I don't need to see all those extra settings. It's really not necessary for what we're doing here. Recording. Yeah, you can see some recording settings here. I'm also using the hardware encoder. This is fine. This isn't my main recording rig. I record off of my Mac side, and I usually don't record and stream at the same time. So that's why I have it set as a hardware encoder. But if I was doing both at the same time, I would probably have this as CPU, most likely. I'd play around with that, but that's pretty rigorous on your computer. I'd be careful on that sort of setup. But yeah, that's my settings. Hope that helps. I also have charts for the settings I recommend depending on the output that you're doing. So I'm doing 1080p 60. This is a decent setting to put your 1080p 60 stream in. I'll show you guys what I have for that video that I did a little while back. Hold on a sec. YouTube. All right, and we'll do 8 OBS secrets. So in this video, I showed the settings. So streaming settings, resolution, depending on it, what you're doing, either 30 or 60. These are the settings that I recommend. And everything else that I showed you, you should keep honestly the same. Just your bit rate is very, very important for what you're going to set. If you're using your CPU, then you're going to need to set that accordingly. It's kind of cut off down here. But CPU, you want to set that to either medium or very fast. Just depends on the quality of your CPU. If it's a bad CPU, you're going to have a hard time getting the quality that you want. So just keep that kind of thing in mind. But yeah, hopefully that is able to help you out regarding the settings. Regarding them settings. Put some stuff back here. All right, cool. So yeah, hopefully that's able to help you out, Foreign. Yeah, I'm still streaming off the Mac, Mike, but I'm using Boot Camp. So it's like Windows on a Mac. Let me see if I see your question there, Kerp. I'm going to answer your question. Did you put it in the forum? Oh, yeah, you did. I see it. It's the last question that's in this list. I'll answer it. I got you, bro. Don't worry. Don't worry, bro. We got you. I got you. Ain't no thing, man. Screenshot. Gosh. All right. So next question here is from Kerp. And they ask, I use a Samsung S10 Snapdragon variant. Laptop is HP Elite X3 360 1030 G2 Intel HD. Yo, thank you, Del Rio, for becoming a member to the channel. Appreciate it, man. If you're in the Discord, hit me up. There's a link in the description below. I'll give you the membership Discord role. So enjoy those emotes, man. Really, really appreciate it, brother. Thank you, Del Rio. Kerp also uses an OBS and can't seem to get past mirroring 720p from my phone with Screen Mirroring Pro. 1080p lags, and my internet's upload is such a shame. I don't get past 2 megabits per second and only at some hours. Oh man. Got any workaround for me or suggestions? I'm on a budget that's sometimes non-existent. Definitely understandable, dude. Nobody has, not everyone has like a lot of money to be shelling out into, especially being able to like stream and stuff. And a lot of the components, they're not cheap, man. They're not cheap. So let me first start off by taking a look at your computer. If I can find it here. Okay. Do this one. Okay, so is this your computer, Kerp? I see a couple ones here. There's a 1030, 1040. Maybe you specified in the thing. Maybe I missed that. Let me see. 1030, 1030, 1030. Okay. Yeah. Yes, this computer, it really doesn't make the cut for my recommendations. I don't have anything that goes really this low. 1030 G2, 8 gigabytes, 256. Yeah, so this one here. You see all the specs. Which see the brand of the CPU. Intel, okay. What's the model? i5, 2.6 gigahertz. Okay, which i5 generation? 832, so 8th generation. 8th gen i5, yeah. This is going to struggle. This is going to struggle. It's really not built for streaming. Like, you could probably get your stuff into OBS, but then by the time you start streaming, it's not going to run well. So I'd recommend stick with this machine in particular. You really want to work with you have a 7th gen, so it's even older than this. Yeah, that's going to struggle, man. It's really going to struggle. With this, I would go for 720p stream. Probably 30 FPS. It's technically not considered HD anymore. I mean, it's still kind of HD. But I think to get started, until you can maybe get an upgrade, I would definitely just try to just do a lighter weight stream for now. Because once you put your video source in there from your phone, from that app you're using, and then you start adding like alerts and other sources on top of sources, and it just stacks. It gets more and more harder for your computer to run that stuff, especially with the lesser quality specs here, unfortunately. So it makes it really, really tough to get a high quality stream, especially 1080. 1080p is really not going to happen. Your CPU speed is at 1.6 gigahertz, which is just, it's not gonna be able to perform well, unfortunately. So in these cases, you're gonna want to knock down the quality that you're pushing out. So I have some streaming bit rates here you can check out. If you're doing 1280 by 720, have your bit rate somewhere in this zone, 2500 to 3500. What's good, Cam? How you doing, bro? You looking beautiful over there. I see you. Shout out to you, my guy. Thank you for popping through, dude. But yeah, I would stick between these sort of bit rates if you're doing 720p. 4500 bit rates for a network speed of 2 to 2.5. No. No, unfortunately, no. You're a good rule of thumb to keep in mind here is that your internet speed, you want to have at least 1 to 2 megabit per second buffer. So if you're at, let's say 5, you want to set your stream bit rate no higher than 4, which is 4,000 megabits per second. So the conversion, the conversion here for you is if you're looking at 4,500 kilobits per second, that's going to convert to 4.5 megabits per second, which your internet's not going to be able to handle. So this isn't going to work. That's another reason why you're going to lag out and it's going to crash on you. So with the computer and the internet, try to do a 720p stream and see if you can target a 25. Like, I know you don't have a lot of bandwidth there. That's a very, very tight window. So I would try to do a 2500. Anything like a 2000, it's going to be really pixely and blurry for a stream. You don't really want to stream at 2000. That's really, really low. So if you can try to do 2500, see if maybe your internet will be lenient enough with you. Make sure there's no one else using the internet at the same time, preferably, and try to push a stream out in that quality. And then for your encoding speed, I would probably put that at very fast. At very fast, yeah. Very fast speed. Which is this thing down here. You can't see it, but
I want to have your bit rate somewhere in the range of 4,500 kilobits per second.
yeah. I would put that at very fast. So I hope that's able to help you out there, Curb. May not be the answer you were looking for, but with the computer you have currently, it's just going to be tough. And then your internet's, you know, pretty low, so it's also going to make it tough. Yeah, please give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Feel free to DM me, send me a note on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you'd like, man. I can try to, you know, help you a little further, but see if that works for you. See if that works. That's why I love doing these open forums, man. It's a lot of fun. We get to answer these questions that you guys would spend like all day trying to get answered over DMs for me, you know, with me. And yeah, this has been a fun activity. Been a fun activity, man. See, how long have we been live for? Oh, okay. We've been live for an hour 40. Hour 40. All right, I'm going to go back to the question answer forum board here. Kerp says, I had bought the PC mainly for my web development and logo design works. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I can handle that. All right, but streaming it's more demanding. It's a little bit more demanding. Oh, we got a question from Cameron. I see you in my little forum. What camera or mic plugins do you recommend for OBS streamers? Noise suppression, blurred backdrop, etc. Oh my goodness, you're really trying to get heavy with it, man. I mean, I don't use a lot of these. I don't really use mic plugins much anymore because I'm using everything through the Wave, which accepts mics plugins, by the way. I should probably. Honestly, I need to use some mic plugins in my Wavelength. So this is probably not one of the areas I'm most, my expertise is in. But for some nice plugins you can use, StreamFX is a big one. I don't think StreamFX has full support for OBS 28 yet, but if you use that, you get a whole bunch of nice, cool effects. One of those being the blurry background effect. So I actually made a video on this some time ago for blurry background. I'll share it with you, bro. I'll show you what it is. I'll share my screen with you. This video here, I did it 8 months ago, but this was a good video where I showcase how to use StreamFX, how to use the features of it. Ooh, I can see where people looked at the most. That's pretty sick. Start. It's two input device. Mine's gonna be the yep. That was my camera device. Oh man, it's been a minute since I looked at this. Bottom left plus arrow here. Select that and add blur. You can name it whatever you like. There's a blur effect.
I named this blur. And then
I highly recommend watching this video. It's gonna take a little bit of time for me to explain this live on stream, but it helps you with the blurring background. So if you don't know about StreamFX, get on it because there's a whole bunch of cool features that you can use within that plugin. It's literally a beast. There was a certain mixer plugin, not mixer, but what's it? EQ. There's a certain EQ equalizer that I was using on as a plugin in OBS. I don't use it anymore because I think it doesn't have support. It was the Voxenjo Marvel, graphic EQ. Let's see if this site is back up. Okay, it is back up. It was down for a little bit. But this is another tool, plugin that I recommend for Windows or for Mac. This will make your audio sound so buttery, so like chocolatey. I don't know why I'm referring to it for food. But your voice will sound so good using this software. And you can kind of follow a little bit of the guidelines here. They do have presets you can use. But if you make like a little, little arch, little upside down arch, like kind of what they're doing here, you can make your audio sound really good. Really, really good. Yeah, EQs, you're getting into some audio engineering stuff, but it takes your audio to the next level. Like, I only use EQs in my videos. I have like presets that I've created in Final Cut to make my audio sound really good in there. For my streams, honestly, I'm going to write that down as a thing I need to do to improve the streams, because I can add plugins and audio effects right within my software here. There's a feature where I can just start adding different audio effects and certain plugins, and I can make my mic sound even better. I don't know if I can fit an EQ in there. I have to do some research on it. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty freaking cool. Yeah, Stream FX. Stream FX is going to be the plugin. This one here has so many features, man. So many that you can use to make your stream fancy looking. And I'm sure there's a million tutorials on YouTube about it. I haven't gone in like super in depth for how to use this, but I've shown at least how to do the blur background. So definitely take a look at that if you want to make a blurry background, which I know is something you were talking about in your stream for wanting to kind of like amp it up a little bit. So yeah, definitely play around with it, dude. A lot of cool stuff. Just be careful with the support. OBS 28 isn't fully supported yet, so you may want to wait a little bit because people are still asking these questions. Yeah, no working on OBS 28, so you might have to get like OBS 28.1. Oh my gosh, these things are really annoying. I think I might have to put that subscriber limit in there, man. Like what you have, like for a minute, maybe 30 seconds, because I keep getting these every single time I stream. It's just like annoying at this point. But I know these things don't subscribe, so I might switch that up. But yeah, hopefully that helps, dude. Hopefully that helps. Chat scrolls? See what chat scrolls. I haven't actually tried out chat scrolls. Typing. Oh, my camera froze. Okay, we're back. What the heck? All right, I'm gonna close out whatever I opened up. Was freezing my computer a little bit. It was freezing me up a little bit. What the heck? Oh, chat scrolls on screen. So you guys see that on screen? You guys see all those people coming through? Ah, okay. Yeah, I was looking to thinking that was something specific. This thing? Yeah, no, I didn't get a virus. It was just a stupid page. I closed out of it. We're good. I like chat on screen. I mean, it's up to you if you want it. Not everybody has it, but you can do it if you want. Imagine they make a virus so sophisticated that it affects my computer and then it affects everybody that's in the stream. Just somehow gets into your account and then gets into your computer. Man, that would be like the most genius virus of all time. So this is out of Streamlabs, actually. There's not much configuring you can do with it, honestly. I can show you what I have set up for it. So it's a widget. What the heck? Why is my Streamlabs? Why is my freezing? Do I have like too much crap open? Do I have too much crap open? My stuff keeps like freezing. What the heck? Maybe we do have that virus, boys. We got that virus. Yeah, Streamlabs is not having it right now on my computer. Maybe I'm overheating. I don't know. Computer has had enough. Just looking for it so I can. Yeah, here's my chat box. Yeah, it's very like there's not much I can kind of tweak with this. Like a couple things, but not a lot. So check it. This is in the Streamlabs dashboard. All I had to do is copy that link and then put that as a browser source overlay so that I could pull it into OBS. And then from there, I can kind of select the theme. So they have a couple different themes that you can play around with, like chunky, old school. Oh gosh, no. Twitch. We're not on Twitch, so I wouldn't use that anyways. And you have box, like you can have that come through like that. But I stick with clean. It's pretty much all I use, and everything else is, you know, you can adjust colors if you want, text color. White is usually the best, depending on what you're doing most of the time. But that's about it, honestly. It's not a lot you can do with it, but it's nice to have. It's a cool feature. I like it. I'm here to help, bro. I'm here to help. All right, Chimbo says, yo, Midnight, I want to say thank you for your content. You helped me start up this streaming channel, and I've gotten 21 subs in a month. Thank you so much. No, thank you for finding these videos to help yourself to be able to do amazing things like you just did. And it only can go up from here. So keep up the good work. You can do this. Just stay at it. The next thing you got to do is just keep getting better, keep practicing, and you'll continue to grow. Right now it's 21, but you'll get to 100. Then you'll get to 1,000. Just keep at it, man. So, you know, I appreciate you coming through to the channel, and I'm happy I was able to give you some value to get your own channel going in your streams. Let me know if you have any questions, man. I'm here to help for you. That WizKid has a question. Can you do a stream at some point on how to grow your channel, specifically a gaming channel? I definitely could. Maybe, I don't know if you came from that video I did like what, a month ago, where I showcased how I would recommend starting and growing a gaming channel, mainly growing a gaming channel. I don't know if you've seen that video, but definitely give that a watch. And then maybe at some point at another time, we can just talk about growing a channel and do a stream just on that. But in the meantime, before we do that stream, definitely check out this video if you haven't already. I'm going to throw that in the chat for you. Check out that link there, that WizKid. Check that out as I show you. And there's a lot of information in that video, and it's fast, but it's a lot of good stuff to help you get off the ground. I don't know where you are right now in your, in your endeavors and trying to grow a gaming channel, but I think a lot of the information there will help you along the way. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough to grow in the gaming community because it's very, very saturated and very, very competitive. You have a lot of channels out there, and it's difficult to stand amongst the rest. Like the gaming channels you're going up against have perfect thumbnails, perfect titles, and then the production value is insane. So you have to kind of think to yourself, okay, what can I offer to grow a community here instead of those viewers just going into another community that already exists? Because it's easier, right? Why would they go to a community that's not even established? That's what makes it so hard. But if you can do the methodologies that I showcase in that video, that'll at least get you started in the right direction, especially if you're under 10,000 subscribers, like for sure. But it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. So you gotta be in it for the right reasons, and just enjoy the process, man. Just enjoy the process. It's not an overnight endeavor. It's gonna take time. But if you're committed to it and you're enjoying it, those tips will help you. Yeah, any problem, anytime, WizKid, anytime, bro, anytime. Michael says, I found you from the Elgato setup video. I wanted to ask how to start a gaming streaming channel with only PS5 and Xbox One X. Same video, man. Same video. It has a lot of the details in it. I know I'm kind of like throwing you into another video. I can talk a little bit about it, but the material is honestly, it's relatable to what you're doing as well. Even if you're just using your console and you don't have like a full streaming setup, you know, as of yet, you can still make content. It may not be the highest production value in the world, but the important thing that you want to keep in mind is to keep practicing, keep getting better at whatever the type of content that you're doing, whether that be Let's Plays and gameplay videos. Okay, my computer's probably overheating or something. Oh my goodness. Are we lagging? I think we're lagging hard. Okay, we're coming back. I think we're good. Yeah, I think my computer is kind of getting heated up here. But as I was saying, I think a good rule of thumb. Yeah, I was talking about putting the angles on your content, right? So yeah, if you can put angles on your content, try to make it different than everybody else who's posting the same content. That'll be good. Some people that are just posting gameplay clips, that won't really get you far at the end of the day. I had some people telling me, yeah, you can make it big using just posting regular gameplay, no commentary, nothing behind it. Sure, it's possible, but the chances are much slimmer. The only outlier I'd say is if you're like super good at a game or you're doing something nobody else is doing on the platform that people can't get anywhere else. Then in that case, yeah, your gaming channel can flourish without having to talk or do commentary or any of that stuff while you're doing your gaming videos. It's totally possible in that case. But outside of that, it's tough. It's tough. But that's not to discourage you. It's still a lot of fun. If you're having fun with it and you're learning, that's the most important thing. That's really it. And you're getting better at the videos you're making. That'll go really far. So those of you guys starting out, that's the most important thing. Just get better, keep practicing, keep posting, because that's how you gain your experience. I did like I think I'm at 600 videos on this channel. Not live. The videos aren't live. I've unlisted a whole bunch of stuff. We have like over 200 live right now, but I've done 600 videos. And it took me like 400 to about 400-ish to get to close to 100K subs, about 400 to 500 videos at least to get the ball rolling, to get me to 100K. Yeah, when I was on that long stretch. Yeah, I repeated myself there. I know my computer lagged out there for a sec. I think I overheated or something. I have quite a few things running right now. Okay. My mic's broke? What are we sounding like right now? Test. Is my mic broke? What are we sounding like right now? Okay, I think it's good now. Test. Is my mic broke? I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right. I'm going to answer, let's see. I'm going to answer one more question, or maybe two. I'll answer one or two more questions here. And then I'm going to do a drawing for my Elgato capture card HC60S from the people that entered into the giveaway. You will get a chance to win the capture card. And I'll announce it, and I'll reply to the comment for whoever that winner is going to be. But yeah, let's answer one or two more questions here, and we'll do that live drawing for the giveaway. It's going to be pretty exciting. Let me go back to my forum here. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. All right, we covered Best Picture. Let me see if we can touch on something that we haven't talked about today. Chat link, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about M1 and live streaming games and settings. Yep. A lot of you guys have similar questions, which is fair. Ooh, this is a different kind of question. It's a long one. Holy cow. This one's a long one, but I think it's a good one. Oh yeah, you already know Donna. We got this. It's gonna be fun. You got your HE60, man. You're not using that, right, Cam? You're not using the HE60. That'd be kind of rough. All right, let's answer this question by Qua TV. They asked, "Sup, Kenny? I don't have a question, but I do have a video suggestion." Okay, well, this isn't a question. I should have read it a little bit closer. But they said, "I'm a Mac OS user. I just figured out how to record gaming videos using the Elgato H60s Plus, Loopback, and QuickTime. I also found out if you gave a Mac, you don't need the Elgato software for the H60s Plus. Just plug and play." Yep, it's UVC support. Just start a new movie on QuickTime. Add your H60s Plus as a camera, and then your loopback audio or wavelength for the microphone. I've used it recently on one of my videos and it came out good. So I thought I'd give you another video suggestion. Not that you need one. Love the channel. Keep doing your thing. I do have a question. Now he has a question. This is funny. I have a 2019 MacBook with i9 and 16 gigabytes of RAM, yet OBS gives fan noise, especially when using all the Elgato software. Oh boy, yeah, you have all that stuff running. How do you deal with that on your end, since you mentioned you have a 2017 Mac? Well, I still hear my fans right now. I just deal with it. I will say one thing you can do if you really want to make things cooler is you can always get a laptop cooler. You can set that on top of the laptop. Put the laptop on top of the cooler, turn the cooler on, and it'll cool your machine down. And that can kind of turn the fans down a little bit, but you're still running fans. You're going to hear the laptop cooler fan going. I also sometimes will use a personal USB fan. So this thing here, it doesn't do a lot, I'll be honest, but it keeps me cool, and sometimes it can keep the components of my computer a bit cool. Super handy though, guys, if you're gaming and you need to make sure that you're cool and maybe your AC or something isn't working like it should, or you're trying to save money on the AC. These things are awesome to keep yourself and your computer a little bit cooler. Not a lot cooler, but it helps a little bit. But yeah, running streaming software, it's not gonna, your fans are gonna be running. There's really not a lot of ways to avoid that. You can try to run as little things as possible, like just the computer with maybe Chrome open and your OBS with not too many sources running. Then maybe you could get those fans to be very quiet. But other than that, if you're running a lot of stuff, the fans are just going to come on with these laptops, these Intel-based laptops. Now with the M1s and M2s that have been coming out, some of them don't even have fans. Like the new M2, the MacBook Air, that doesn't even have a fan, and it runs so well. And you can run as much stuff as you need for the most part, and it's a beast. It's really insane how well that thing can run without a fan. So honestly, that's the next upgrade to do, is get one of those M1 or M2 chips to try to just not have a fan noise at all. Which is why I'm waiting out for the M2 Pro, because I'm sure that's going to have a fan, but it shouldn't kick on seldomly. Like it shouldn't kick on really at all. It should be really quiet. And it's just shocking. I was like shook to my system not hearing a fan running OBS. That never happens. Never. But good question, man. Yeah, that's a little tricky to kind of work around. But also thank you for the video suggestion. Kind of an interesting one. The thing is, you can still record your S Plus capture card audio in OBS if you want. Because you can just add it as a capture source, an audio capture source, and you can get it that way instead of having it like in QuickTime or Loopback. But yeah, you can add it in Loopback too if you want. Which, if you guys don't know about Loopback, for some context, that's just like a mixer software. You can just route different audio sources on your Mac to your OBS, in one single source, which is cool. So yeah, that's why you can definitely use Loopback for that. Thing is, it's not a free app. That's why I wasn't going to do a tutorial on it. But there is another app that I highly, highly recommend that you guys use, and that's Ground Control Caster. They're actually one of the sponsors of the channel, but they are great. And I wouldn't, I wouldn't be a backer of them if I didn't support them. I think they're very good. So this is what it's called here. I'm going to throw it up on screen for those of you guys that are interested in getting your audio to be sorted for Mac, top to bottom, and have everything running very, very well. This is what it's called right here. I'll even throw it in the chat maybe if you guys want to check it out. Boom. For my Mac users out there, this is Ground Control Caster. And as you can see from the sides here, it's a mixing software. So you're going to be able to add in all these different sources. So you could have Discord here. You could have your capture card source. You could have your microphone as a source. All of this stuff can be put into your OBS as a single source. So exactly how my Wavelength software works. You see this stuff here? It's literally the exact same thing, but it works for any microphone, any setup that you're running on Mac. And it works on silicon-based chips as well as Intel. It's a beast of a software. I love it. I'm going to do a full tutorial on it soon. I'm waiting for Mac OS. Is it Monterey? No. I'm blanking on the next one that's coming out. We're on Monterey now. We're on Monterey now. Whatever the next Mac OS that's supposed to come out is coming out this month or early next month or whatever. Whenever that comes out, I'll be looking to do a tutorial. Yes, Ventura. Yes, Ventura. I was just blanking on it. Thank you, Creighton. Yeah. I'll be doing a video on how this whole piece of software works because I think it's really good. It's really good for creators. It's not for Windows. Windows, you guys have a whole bunch of other things. You have voice meter and other options. But since you can't record audio on the system level for Mac as of yet in OBS, this is still a very viable solution. And it's completely free to use for at least recording desktop audio. To unlock all the other sources to be able to be added, it will require a payment, which I don't think it was too much money. I think it was maybe $50 for like a one-time purchase. It's not like a subscription base, which is good because screw that. We like one-time purchases and being done with it. So yeah, keep that in mind. I think this was $50 though. Pretty sure this was $50. And that gives you everything. And it's honestly really worth it, guys. Especially if you plan on streaming on Mac for a while. It's really good. Really, really good. Okay, let's answer one more question, and we're going to do the drawing for this giveaway because I'm ready to give this capture card away. I don't need it anymore. One of you guys needs it more, and I'm ready to pack it up and ship it out to the post office. But before we do that, do we have any more questions from the chat? I will answer anything else that you guys have before we finish things off here because I'm going to watch my Steelers play the Dolphins here in a minute. As that game just came on, actually. Pretty sure. That game just came on. And hopefully the Steelers can win that. Steelers are down right now. That's all good. Spider Ghost says, I just want to say thanks to sending me to Pixels. I have a lot of fun being on his streams and have a good day. Yo, no problem, Spider Ghost. I'm always happy to share my stream with other people. That's what we're here to do. We have fun with it. And Pixels is a great guy, man. He is so cool. He's so fun. And I'm happy you're having a great time in his channel, man. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Dual stream question? What was the dual stream question? Is it in the forum here? I don't think I answered a question about dual streaming on PlayStation. Donna says, thanks again, MidnightMan. Awesome live. I will have a million more questions when it's set up time. Absolutely. Let's go, Donna. I can't wait to hear it. We're going to do another one of these soon. So no worries. Yep, Cam knows what's up. Do you have any recommendations for noise cancellation? Like for headphones? What kind of noise cancellation you're trying to go for? Because there are headphones that have noise cancellations. Like the End Zone headset, those have noise cancellation. It's in chat. Let me see, Crembo. I'm scrolling up a little bit. I don't see it. It might be getting filtered out, dude. You want to throw it in the forum? Yeah, I don't see that question, dude. I think it might be being filtered out. You should put it in the forum. Oh, yeah. Great question, Staffy. Yes. So for canceling out noise, let's say if you have a microphone with a very, very noisy background, one of the filters that you can add to your microphone in your OBS software is actually a suppressor. So you can do that by just clicking on, let's say, one of your sources, your audio sources, or even in the mixer. If you click on that, you can go to filters. And then for your audio filter, you can select the plus button. And then you're going to see an option for noise suppression. You can select that, name it whatever you like. And then that will be an option for the, there's like an RN noise option that I'm seeing here. And that'll allow you to use the pre-configured CPU. It basically does the work for you for the noise suppression, but that doesn't always sound good. I played with that before. I don't always fully recommend it. You can play with it a little bit, see how it sounds. But if that's not working for you, you can also do the SPX, which is lower CPU usage, which is good. And you set the suppression level yourself. The software doesn't set it for you, essentially. But be careful with suppression because you can sound very, very muffly. So one thing you can do is do a monitor and output on yourself, on your own voice, to test it out a little bit. That's one way to go about it. You can also do a test recording of yourself. I know this is kind of a little bit confusing, but if you do a test recording of yourself in OBS, bring that recording into OBS. You'll have that microphone audio as like a test, and then you can just start editing the audio within that piece of footage that you brought into OBS, that source. And then once you get your settings and your filters correct on that test audio source, you can copy them and then put them right into the microphone that you're using so that you can get those effects applied. A little bit confusing, but that's one way to do it. But you want to add a suppression, essentially. There's some other things you can add, like a noise gate. There's a noise gate you can add. Let's see what other settings in here that I can recall off my top of my head that I recommend. There's a limiter as well. Limiter essentially means you can't have your audio go past a certain threshold. So your audio can only get but so loud before it gets cut off, basically. There's a cutoff point. Got to be careful with that too, because your voice can kind of get a little choppy if your limiter is set too low. So just be careful with that. I think it'd be easier if I share a video with you where I explain this in detail. I haven't looked at this stuff in a little bit of time, but I will share a very helpful video for you to get your audio sounding perfect. Staffy, feel free to ask me any other questions about it. I just haven't recently looked at this video in a while. It's been like maybe 10 months since I worked on this. But I'll share it with you. One sec. And what's crazy, I know people need this information, and this video didn't go viral or anything. Only has like 3K views, but it's very useful. Okay, this link I'm putting in the chat is for you, Staffy. Check out that video as I quickly go over some of the different sources that you can use as for your audio. I go over the noise suppression, which will get rid of that sound that you don't want to be in the background, which is important. I go over some things such as an expander. The expander is pretty important. That has a whole bunch of stuff in it, such as ratio, threshold, attack, release, output gain.
So those are some things I go in a little bit detail for what those things are in the video. So you can kind of, if you're interested, you can take a look at that. I think the thing you care about the most, probably the noise suppression. I also go over the GEQ, the graphical equalizer, which will make your audio sound really, really, really good if you're using an equalizer on your audio, which is awesome. But check that out. And I also have one for Mac as well. I'm going to search that up and also throw it in the chat for you guys. And the things I go over in both of these videos can be interchangeable. Once I've had these things set, I really don't mess with them too much. I wouldn't say like I'm like a person that really fools with a lot of audio engineering stuff. But I'm a little dangerous in it. I set things the way that they need to be. And one thing I told the stream earlier is that I'm going to start adding some filters now that OBS, not OBS, but now that the Elgato Wave software supports plugins for audio, I'm going to play with that a little bit for the streams. Because right now I've just kind of messed with audio for my videos. I throw like the graphical equalizer stuff for my videos to make them sound better. Because the microphone by itself, oh my God, it's like night and day when you add these filters. This is so important, and I don't think people think about it or realize how important it is to at least add a little bit of something to your audio. It's very important, because listening to the videos that I do today versus the videos that I uploaded a year ago, like the videos a year ago sound so flat. They sound so like where's the oomph in the sound? And then the videos I do today, there's so much more like earthiness. It sounds so much fuller than what I had before. So that's why it's so important to add these audio effects to either OBS or your post editing. It's really important. It's really important because it can set you apart versus people who aren't putting anything on their audio tracks at all. Is it solely the filter, or did you get a new mic? Microphone helps a lot. It does. It does. Absolutely. But it's not everything. You can make a cheap microphone sound pretty good. And this is just a pop filter that I have here. If you're thinking, I don't know if you thought that this was like a certain filter or anything, but this is supposed to like cool down like the poppiness, like those very annoying sounds that you don't want to hear out of a microphone. That's why pop filters are very important as well. You want to have one of those too. The goal really is to have your audio as good as you can before you go into post edit. Because once you have bad audio, it's really hard to come back from having bad audio. Okay, I see your question, Crimbo, now. I see it. I see it. It came through. Let me pull it up on stream for you. All right, so you can't load the form, but your question is there a way to stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time from a PlayStation? Not directly on the PlayStation. No, you can't do it that way. Not going to work, unfortunately. You will need a custom stream setup, and then you're going to need to use something like the OBS RTMP plugin. Whenever you can get a computer custom setup, then you can multi-stream. As far as I know, there are no ways to multi-stream on directly off of the console. You need to have a computer set up to be able to push out multiple streams. But whenever you do get a full computer setup, you guys should check out multiple RTMP plugins. This will allow you to multi-stream to whatever you want. all you need is the stream keys, man. All you need is the stream keys. I actually have a video that I covered this a little bit in. It's in my OBS tips video. Let me go back to YouTube. I cover how to use this plugin in this video here. 8 OBS secrets. This video here, I cover how to use that plugin.
It's
And it is tip, I think. Yeah, it's tip, this tip here. I might change some of this stuff just so I don't give the whole video away. Like, instead of saying what everything is, I might say secret 1, secret 2, secret 3. Instead of just what they are, because it kind of spoils it. But yeah, all you need to do is put in, once you enable this feature, is add the target. Then you just need to put in the RTMP for where you're trying to stream to, put in the stream key for each of those different targets. And then once you stream, just enable this feature and it'll let you multi-stream. You just start this thing right over here because it'll pop up on the side of your OBS. That's what will happen once you put this plugin into place. And then you can stream to wherever you want. But I know you don't have that set up right now, but I'm just saying for when you do. Yep. And be careful with the cheap PCs, man. Because we had some people coming in the chat earlier who had some cheap PCs and it wasn't running the way that they want it. So I definitely recommend staying within the guidelines of the recommendations that I put in my store. You don't have to buy from my Amazon shop at all. You do not have to do that. But it's just more so a guideline so that you can get the right computer to run a decent quality stream setup. That's really the whole point of why I made that page. And here's a little example for you. This is the link right here. So I have a link in the description below to my Amazon shop. Just go to it, go to PCs that I recommend, and then just check out all the machines here. The cheapest ones I have are the Gateway, which is an i5 11th gen processor. For the price and for what you get out of it, it's pretty good. Pretty good. And some other cheap ones I have here are the HP and AMD HP. They're both HPs, but one has an Intel and the other one has a Ryzen 5. These are also pretty decent as well. 11th gen processor, and the Ryzen 5s are pretty decent as well. So if you stream on any of these, you'll have a good time here. So if you have a budget between $400 to $500, you'll be able to get something decent. If you're in the budget of like $200 to $300, whatever you get may not run very well. So just keep that in mind whenever you're searching for a computer. Yeah, everything here I've cross-checked, looked at reviews, and I think these are really good. I may not have tested every single one of these computers, but I have a good understanding of what specs should be in a computer for streaming. And plus, the reviews that come with the computers, that can help aid your making you comfortable knowing you're making the right choice. All right, guys, I think it is time to do the drawing of the Elgato HD60S capture card giveaway. Let's pull the bad boy out. I'm gonna go look at the entries for the people that entered into this giveaway. See what I got here. Look at these stacks of capture cards, man. There it is. Okay. We got the HD60S capture card up for grabs. I'm going to give it away this stream for the people that have already entered into the giveaway. Those of you guys that know the video where you had to enter in, congratulations, you're entered in to this giveaway. But I'm going to go hunt down this video and we're going to pick a winner. We are going to pick a winner today. All right, I'm going to put on the desktop mode here. Here we go. So the video that had the giveaway entry was this one. You can use Mac, Sweet Gav. You can use Mac. It just depends on the Mac. It depends on the Mac, man. It's like I use Mac for a lot of my stuff for recording and everything for YouTube, but you got to be careful with what you're using. Like if you're using the H60X, oh, you're talking about the S. Yes. Oh, yes, Gav. Oh my God. Yeah, this will not work on Mac. If you're a Mac user, this will epic fail on you. All right, so at the end of this video, I asked you guys to say a certain word at the very end.
So I want to give one more thank you to those of you guys that stayed to the end. And that's a giveaway for my Elgato HE60X capture card. I'm not using it anymore. It's literally just sitting in my drawer. So I'm willing to send this to anybody that comments the word Falopa.
Falopa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you commented the word Falopa on this video, you were entered into this giveaway. Let's see how many people said Falopa, and I'm going to start copying their names over to a spreadsheet that I have here. It's going to be a little manual, but we're going to make this work. But yeah, if you have a Mac, this is not going to work for you. I should have stressed that in this video. Like, hey, don't enter into this giveaway if you're using Mac, because this will not work. If you're on a Windows, everything will work for you fine. And literally, there won't be any problems. But yeah, Mac, good luck. You need the S Plus or the X, which the X doesn't work all that well if you want to use the Chatlink cable. It's interesting, isn't it? It's very, very interesting around here. But okay, let's make sure we get everybody into this giveaway that said Falopa. So we had at least 8 people. Okay. So we have KB Bama, OG. Who else we got here? Ashley, I got you. I got you, Staffy. Anytime, man. We got Shade Ace. We got Rip KYNNG. I got you, bro. We got Blue Man 2018. General Davis as well. Let's open up all the chats here. All right, I think that's everything. P-Matt, you're in the giveaway, brother. Oh, some of you guys misspelled it, so I got to look for the misspellings too. Hikari. We also got X. It's J-Fell. Okay. We also got Laid Back. We got General Davis. We have a good amount of people in this giveaway. We got Fish. We got Fish in the giveaway. You guys can do whatever you want with this capture card after I send it to you. You can even sell it if you want, if you really are moved to do that. But I'm hoping I can give this to somebody that wants to make some content. That's my goal here. All right, any misspellings of Falopa? I think we got everybody that wanted to enter into this giveaway. Yeah, Falope. I think we got everybody. Did I miss anybody? Let me know if I missed anybody, chat. I don't wanna be that guy that doesn't give everyone their fair chance here. I think I got everybody. Yeah, I got you. I got you in there. I see you. You're in the stream though too. Oh, you were just made it, man. You just made the cut, man. You just made it. You just made the cut. Andrews, I don't think I put them in there. Make sure that they're in there too. Andrews Blake. I got you in there, bro. You're in there. You just made the cut. Nobody else can get in there though, because that's it. That's it. This is for people who watch the video and stay to the end. But okay. Alrighty. I think to make this interesting, we're gonna do 3 rounds of the spin the wheel game.
Let me see if I see Donna. Almost. You were in there. You were in there. I see you. I see you in the chat here. All right, Donna. Do you want the capture card? Do you want to be entered into the giveaway? You did comment a month ago, so and you're in the stream here, so I will give you the bonus here. You want to be entered into the capture card giveaway? Let me know, Donna, because I will enter you. You get like a bonus point here for being in the stream, plus being there. I'm keeping this to the people who commented in the video. So if you commented on the video, Spider Ghost, and you're here in the stream, I would put you into the giveaway. But I'm trying to keep this fair to the people who were stay to the end of the video when the video is dropped. Okay, you're good, Donna. Then you're good. Okay, let's do this then. I'm gonna go to spin the wheel, and we're gonna do 3 rounds of spinning the wheel of these names. Okay, random name picker. Here we go. Let's go back to our desktop. Here's the names. These are all the names. And I will leave a comment for these people as well. So I'm not just going to announce it here. I'll make sure that, I reply to them so that they can at least reach out to me to get their winnings. But we're going to do 3 rounds here. I think, how many folks we have total here? We have 13 entries. Let's do 6. Let's see. All right, let's spin the wheel 8 times. And then we'll do like top 8 and then top 4 and spin the wheel. So are you guys ready for some gambling shuffle time to see which name gets picked to win the Elgato HT60S capture card live right here on stream? It's going to be a fun one. We always like to see who wins these things. So 1, 2, 3. This is drawing number 1. We're going to do first 6. The first 6 that get selected here, you get to move on to the next round, essentially. Okay? That's the thing. So if you get picked, you continue on, and you have to make it through all 3 rounds to be the winner. All right? So here we go. Spin number 1. Who's it going to be? We have Laid Back. All right. Okay. Congrats. You made it to the next round. You made it to the next round, brother. Congrats. All right. We'll close that. Actually, let's remove him since he's already made it to the next round. So we're going to take him out. Let's spin it again. Here we go. Oh, my camera crashed. Oh, perfect timing. You got to love it. You got to love it. I'm bringing it back, boys. We're bringing it back. Oh. That's why I want to kind of get rid of this camera. Because it keeps doing that stuff. We're back, boys. We're back. Camera be goofing up. All right. XXJ Fell. Congratulations. You are also headed to the next round. Oh, yeah. Yo, thank you, Cameron. Appreciate you coming through. We will do something again soon, brother. Appreciate you. All right. XJ Fell. Congrats. You're in the next round. Let's spin it again. And then we're going to do another shuffle. We got Rip KYNGT. Let's go. You're also headed to the next round. You love to see it. You love to see it, brothers. You love to see it. All right, we're going to remove you. We're going to shuffle this a couple times. All right, let's spin it again. Looks like Andrews Blake is also headed to the next round. Let's go. All right. We're going to remove his name from the list. Got a couple more to choose from here. We need 4 more, and we're headed on to the next round. Ooh, that was close, P-Matt, but it's going to go to Blue Man 2018, who's headed to the next round. Okay.
Move you. A spinner again. Looks like we got Rue. Congrats. You also headed to the next round. Oh man, the suspense is killing me here. All right, we have 2 more we can choose from here. 2 more for this first round. The rest, we'll have to take the L. Okay, who do we got? Who do we got? KB Bama is also headed to the next round here. Good stuff, bro. Okay, okay. All right, 1 more for this round. 1 more. Who's it gonna be? It is going to be R1 Arvan. Congrats, bro. You're the last one to actually make it through this round. Bro, if you're still in the chat, dude, you are alive. You are alive, man. Okay. All right, we're going to remove that. And then I'm sorry, Shade Ace, Fish, Ashley, Jitto, Davis, and P-Matt. I'm sorry, but you are eliminated officially. And we are headed to the next round of folks in here. So I'm going to clear the names I have on this list. Gonna clean this up a little bit. Jonah Davis, yep, you're out. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. P-Matt, you're out. Ashley, Shade Ace, you're out. You're out. So now we are left with our top 8, okay? All right, here we go. Pasting them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the winners of this one will go to the final round. We're gonna pick our top 4. All right, top 4 get to go on to the next round here. Are you all ready? We're gonna shuffle y'all up a little bit here, make it fair, and let's go. Who's it gonna be this time? We got KB Bama headed to the next round. Oh my goodness, it's getting tight, guys. It's gonna be a tight race here to the finish. All right, we're gonna remove you. Shuffle once, spin it again. Oh man, the suspense is killing me. Oh my goodness, no way, no way. Oh my. R1, you are getting lucky, my mans. Holy cow, dude. How do you have this luck on your side right now? You literally commented Falopa at the last second before the thing was refreshed, before the page was refreshed. Holy cow, dude. You're in the lead, man. We'll see what happens. Got some good mojo on your side right now, though. All right, shuffle once. Spinner again. Who's it going to be? Who's going to the next round? Oh, my goodness. Andres is going to the next round. All right, all right. We have 1 more to choose from to go to the next round. To the final round, that is. Let's see who's it going to be. We're spinning the wheel. It's going to be Rip Kenji. Let's go. All right. Holy cow, man. This is getting wild. It's getting intense here. All right, we're going to clear the decks there. Gonna update my list. All right, now we're gonna copy these over. Should we do? Yeah, let's do. Yeah, this is gonna be 1 spin for 1 final round for everything. This is it. This is gonna be the winner of the Elgato HD60S capture card. I will deliver this to you. You will be mailed it with a personal message too. I'll send this over to you. But who's it gonna be? The suspense is killing us here. I don't know who's it gonna be. But whoever is the winner of this, enjoy the capture card, whether or not you're gonna stream with it, or if you're gonna try to make $100 off of it. You know, whatever you need to do with it, right on for you. But let's do it, boys and girls. Are you guys ready? Let's get some emoji spams in the chat. Let's hear some hype. I want to see some excitement for this final spin. We got KB Bam, we got RMP Renji, we got Andrews Blake, R1 Arvun. Who's it gonna be, man? Who's it gonna be? It could be anybody's game. It's like it's a toss-up here. It's a toss-up. It could be R1, who's here in the stream right now. It could be Andrews. It could be KB Bam. We don't know. We don't know. All right, here we go. 5, 4. Do a little shuffle. 3, 2, 1. Final spin, ladies and gentlemen. For the Elgato HC60S capture card, our winner is going to be Andries Blake. Congratulations. Wow. This was an intense one. My heart was pounding. A lot was on the line here. But Andries has came through victorious. So congratulations, brother. I will reach out to you. I'm going to leave a comment saying that you won. That's huge. I apologize to everybody else that submitted the entry and didn't win. It was, it was a valiant effort, but we will have more giveaways in the future. Don't worry. We always do. We have multiple a year. So just stay tuned and there will be more to come. And some other ways to spend your moons too, which a lot of you guys who have been watching this entire stream have stocked up a lot of moons, by the way. So exclamation point moons, see how many moons you have to put towards future giveaways, by the way. But since we're on this topic, let me make sure I reach out to him right now so that he can slide in my DMs. So you guys are going to be the witness here, okay? You guys are the witness. I'm going in here. And we're gonna go find Andrews. Where are they? This thing is glitching out. Come on now. Okay, it had to refresh. Yep, there they are. Andrews, there he is. Andrews Blake. Leave him a little heart. And I'm not like the bot giveaway winner thingy. There we go. And let's give him a little emoji too. Not the hearts and the kissies, because that's like, oh, that's definitely fake. Definitely fake. But let's do that. Well, sometimes these can be fake too. But I always do my little trophy. So we're going to put that in there. There it is. Our trophy and the fish. So you know it's legit. There we go. All right. There you have it. I know. I'm sorry, R1. You can't win all the time. But I do appreciate you for participating. It was close. You made it all the way to the end, to that last round. That was good. It's a valiant effort. And I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But don't worry. We're going to have more giveaways in the future, man. Trust me. Trust the process, man. Trust it. But I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this stream. Appreciate almost 60 likes on this stream. That's absolutely insane. We'll definitely do another one of these in the future. Lots of good questions that you guys asked and that I was able to hopefully help you guys answer to help better your stream and your setup. That's what we're here for, man. I'm here to make your life easier. And please feel free to reach out to me via socials if you have any other questions. I'm here to help you out, and more videos to come on these topics in the future. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the video. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video or live stream coming up this week. Thank you, Predator, for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Means a lot. But shout out to the folks who stayed to the end. Staffy, R1. We also had Trimbo as well. Donna. Stayed to the end. Spider Ghost. Thank you guys so much, man. It really means a lot. I'm going to go chill out for a little bit and enjoy the rest of the night. You guys should do the same. Should we raid somebody right quick? I think we should raid somebody. Let's raid. I think we should raid Cam. I think Cam's like the only homie I have right now that's streaming. Oh, Burgess. No, Burgess not playing right now. Let me refresh. Let's go to.
I asked you guys to send in your
YouTube.
gaming and
Go to YouTube. Go to the YouTube. Let's show Cameron Gaming some love. All right. We just played with him yesterday, but he's playing Phasmophobia. So if you're into that, please hit him up. Please hit him up. Enjoy the stream. Let him know I sent you. And enjoy, guys. There it is. I'm spamming it. I'm spamming it. I'm spamming it. I'm spamming it. Go hit up Cam. Have a great night, guys. Peace.